What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I am Braethorn, and you are here, and for that I'm thankful. What's going on? I'm excited. I'm very excited right now. This you can tell that this is my excited face. Have to take my word for it, because Pitch Black is here. And it's not just launched, it's not just out, it's here, it's right here. I have some right here, so we're gonna open some of that tonight. Hopefully maybe talk about some computer stuff as well. I would love to help somebody, whoever needs help with PC stuff. We're still doing that. And maybe I honestly, look, for those of you who are here on the Sunday stream, I feel bad. I totally crashed out playing TCG live. I was so mad. I'm just like, so tired of Alakazam. It's the worst. I hate playing against it. But I might have found a deck I hate playing against more. But thankfully, it's not common. But anyways, maybe we'll do some of that tonight as well. But yeah, either way, we're going to have a good time. That's the rules. We have a good time. You follow the rules, right? I mean, oh, I just saw this. Where did I put it? Right here. Okay. What is up, Horse Soda? How's it going? Thank you for starting it off with a dad joke. Always appreciate it. Did you hear about the frog's car that broke down? It got towed. There you go. And Shanala Cerberus, welcome in. Over in YouTube land, what's going on? Chris, Steve, welcome in. Evan Hosley, welcome in as well. I'm filling out the PC form. Should I include the @ in my username, or will it break things? You don't need to include it. It's just, yeah, just do the username. Okay, good. Took care of that. All right. So what's going on with you guys? It's Tuesday. You got your week off right. Started your week off right, I hope. Welcome, Chris. Again, welcome in over on the Twitch side now. But yeah, I'm a little bit tired right now. I was outside a local card shop at 5:30 in the morning in order to get some MSRP Pitch Black. But it worked out. I got it, and we're here. I didn't even need no stinking pre-release event. I wish I had gotten one of them build and battle boxes. I really do. I wish I'd been able to film going to a pre-release again. I've only done it once so far because I missed the Chaos Rising one. That was my fault. I wasn't paying attention to the dates for that. 85 stream streak, Shanala. Thank you for that. Thanks for hanging out so much. 8 leftwards _ hand, rightwards _ hand. I'm starting a new number meme. Interesting. Okay, let me know how that goes. Bone Shock, welcome in. How's it going? But yeah, so yes, Pitch Black. So yes, we have some Pitch Black. This is not a lot of Pitch Black, unfortunately. It is not a lot. I know my green screen is freaking out because there's like, oops, that's backwards. This is not a lot of Pitch Black. I know. But this is. So, there you go. There's green in it. So the top-down camera will be fine. But if you look, well, you can't look because you can't see it. But there's green. See where this is disappearing? Those are like green streaks of, you know, the Mega Evolution style of like the streaks of color. I got all Zeraora pack arts. I don't know if that's normal. If there are multiple ones, I kind of would have wished for the sleeved packs that I'd gotten like the different pack arts, but they were really moving a lot of people through there. There must have been 300 people in line or something. It was crazy. It was crazy. But I got there really early, so I was like the 32nd person I was able to get a booster box. They had 100 of them, and they were limited to one per person. Either one of the 100 booster boxes or one of the 100 ETBs, and after that it was sleeve packs, 3-pack check lane blisters, things like that. What's a meme? Is that a serious question? Are you actually asking? Because it works better if you can see the emotes, I guess. Oh, I'm looking. I see it. No, I don't see it. In fact, where is that? Oh, because your chat didn't show up over here. Your chat didn't show up right there. Because it was one of the stream streak message here. I'm going to try putting it in. I'm just going to... Let's see if it translates. Nope, it does not. I don't use whatever it is that does that. I don't have that active, so that's probably why. Better TTV. I thought I had that active, but I guess not. What's a meme and what is it used for? A meme is just anything that becomes a cultural, commonly used turn of phrase or picture or soundbite or something like that. Just anything that, like right now, mimetic. The concept of a mimetic thing has shifted a little bit over time, but in the modern era, in the current day and age, generally something like I don't know, Obi-Wan Kenobi saying hello there. Okay, that's a meme. That's a thing. Here, you know what? Here's a meme. I got a great example for you. Why is that not working? I have the Stream Deck Plus XL, and it's just a little bit slow, and I don't know why. There we go. Here, this is a meme right here, all right? Listen carefully. Everybody, make sure you turn your sound up. Make sure to turn your sound up, okay? Listen to this. This is a meme. I need to stop that or I'll get copyright struck. Here's another meme. Sad violin. There was a time, I don't know when, somebody said bruh, and now you'll be watching a video and you'll just hear bruh. Those are memes. Those are memes. Those are things that are like, everybody recognizes them. I mean, those are all like, you know, audio stems essentially, but yeah. And you'll see visual memes, things like that, Chris. So yeah. It depends if you mean real world meme or SPC meme. SCP, yeah. What's up, Jaspers? How's it going? Look at that 75 stream streak. Amazing. I would like my music back now. I guess I don't have to have that word banned anymore. I'll allow that through. What's up, Chill Work Clocks? 5-year anniversary is crazy. That just tells me how long I've been doing this, and I've been doing it for a while. But what's up, Natty? How's it going? Okay, I'm not on any social media, so I'm lost. I mean, you hear about them in the news too. I mean, it's kind of everywhere. You could be watching a sitcom and they'll pop out a meme. It's one of those things. Oh, maybe a triple. Mom, get the camera. Yeah, I did drop quite a few memes there. Yeah, Natty, I modded that. That was a thing I did because when all that stuff happened, it was just too much of it coming through. I and many in my community had been negatively affected by all that had happened. So I was like, let's not talk about, let's just move on. So I had banned the word itself just for a while, and I never unbanned it. So it's whatever. But yeah, 5 years is crazy. Chill. Tech Blacksmith, what's up? Welcome. Picard Facepalm is another one. If you ever see, Chris, if you ever see a picture and there's like top text, bottom text, right? that's essentially a meme format. Yeah. So there you go. Honestly, you probably would have gotten a much more concise and accurate explanation had you just Googled what is a meme, but you got my explanation, so it'll have to do. Civic, what's up? Welcome. I'm slightly miffed, but only slightly. How art thee miffed, Natty? What miffed you? Anyways, so I need to figure out how I want to do this because I still have some I still have this one box of Crystal Gathering. And when I recorded the video for it on Sunday, I was like, stay tuned for the next one, as if I'm going to do this next. And I really do want to see if that Sylveon is in there. It's very unlikely, but hey, there is an SAR in there supposedly, so we'll see. But then I have these. And I think one thing I'd want to do, even though my general thing now with booster boxes is to do 6 packs at a time per video, right? Just to like make sure it goes for as long as possible. I'm not made of money. But what I might do is 4 versus 4. 4 sleeved packs versus 4 packs from a booster box, just to see chances, because generally you'll have something like a box hit in a booster box. Like you might get maybe one or two SIRs or something like that. You never know. But the chances are completely random when it comes to individual packs. And I like sleeved packs because they're more difficult to scan with one of those little tester things. One side of my headphones broke on the exact same spot that my past headphones did. That made me miffed, but the reason why I'm not completely miffed is that I'll likely be able to get a new pair tomorrow, and they'll be wireless because I'm not having wires break again. Yes, because wireless never has issues. Like, ever. It's a flawless technology, and we have perfected it. There is no notes, no room for improvement. I mean, I'm kidding, obviously, but yeah. Wireless is where you get into battery battery potential, battery, what is it? Anxiety. I get battery anxiety for a lot of devices, honestly. And the thing is, like, over time, I mean, look, I've got an excuse to buy tech stuff, having been a tech YouTuber, but it's a bit of an extravagance as far as an answer to battery fatigue goes. But the SteelSeries Arcta Nova wireless Pros or whatever, the V2s, I mean, they have the thing where you just like, you have a base for it and you can just like, oops, I have this turned around the wrong way. Where is it? Where's the thing? There we go. And you just swap the battery whenever it's going low, and there's an extra battery in the base, so you just like hot swap. Not hot swap, it doesn't stay on. A hot swap by definition is an uninterrupted thing, but yeah, that's a really expensive solution. And also I got them on sale, so like on a good sale. I think I got those around Black Friday, so I got a really good deal on them. But the main reason I actually like those is because it's one of the only wireless headsets where you can monitor a microphone with almost zero latency. Because latency in microphone monitoring is a great way to go crazy real quick. But yeah, wireless is good. The one I'm getting has rechargeable USB-C battery, so yeah, I mean, yeah, it should be fine. Love my SteelSeries headphones. The battery swap is clutch. Yeah, it is really nice. I hate whenever there's something I want to use that I use all the time and I did not charge it. I hate it because there's only one person I can blame. This guy. Oh, also, side note, like as a side note could be, I fixed this transition here to that. Now it's smooth, other than the animation taking a second to start for some reason. I don't know. But you'll notice before there were like these right around where my hands are stopping here, there was like something that would flash into existence and then shrink down. And that was because I hadn't cropped that camera for the green screen thing. But now I did. So now it's a lot smoother. There you go. That's, again, super side note. It doesn't really matter or have any bearing on what we're doing this evening. So I think the way I'll start off Pitch Black is by comparing 4-packs from a booster box to 4-packs for individual sleeve packs. We'll do that. That'd be fun. And I'll hold off on the Crystal Gathering thing. I'll let that box marinate a bit. I don't like that I said that way. I'll let that go for a bit. Look at you go. Natty, yes, because it's almost like sometimes I forget I've been doing this for a very long time, streaming for like 6 years or so, when I just am like, how did that happen when something that I set up doesn't work properly? However could that have even happened that it didn't work? Yeah, maybe it's because of me. Listen, you can get way better at doing stuff by doing it for a long time, but you're not obligated to get better at it, okay? It's an option. And I chose not to. Okay, let's see how our top down is looking here. Is the chat all gone? Yeah, the camera's not on. That'll do it. Oh, it is on. Monitor is not on. And yes, the chat did not show up. Okay. You guys disappeared on me? You're just going to disappear on me? That's cool. But yeah, also, of course, I will take a look at the forums to see... okay, good. There we go. Move that back a little more, and then zoom this in a little bit more. There you are, Natty. Thank you for saying something in chat so that I could... Oh, I didn't turn that on. Okay. I'm just all over the place right now, I'm telling you. There we go. A meme is basically an inside joke formed on the internet. Yeah, I mean, that is one way to put it for sure. Okay, monitor, come on, behave. There we go. Ignore this. I just did that for the thing. Hold on, actually. Someday I will fix my business email. I need to. I've been missing emails for months there. That's great. Really good. Let me see. So Evan Hosley here. You did fill out the form. Okay. Looking at a parts list for gaming and music production. Fun. Okay. You do not need, you do not want RGB. Is that the right one? Okay. You do need Wi-Fi. And you do not intend to upgrade your CPU over time. Interesting. I do have news on that front, by the way. There is news. Apparently, Intel has been publicly stating that the next CPU socket for Nova Lake is going to have more future compatibility. They're going to support it for longer. Holla freaking Luya. Oh my God. I mean, if you've been following along with PC stuff for a while, you know that's not Intel's thing. They don't care for it. They want you to get a new motherboard all the time. That's kind of their thing. Anytime you're going to upgrade. So that is no longer necessarily going to be a big question, although it's good to know. And actually, if someone's on a tighter budget, it can help because then they can get a lower end CPU for now and upgrade it later, like they said they're interested in doing. Okay, but it's a parts list. So to be clear, Evan, a parts list, you mean that you're going to be building it yourself, correct? You're not looking for a pre-built. Yeah, that's a cool dark right emote. Not gonna lie. I'll be getting a Logitech Zone 300. I'm banking on it because I'm so certain that microphone is better than my $5 equivalent horrible microphone. Headset microphones are... There are a few actually pretty good ones out there, but not a lot. RGB not... Yeah, of course. I mean, it sounds like you're making a workstation here. Well, the main thing is, Evan, sometimes you just find a better deal with a pre-built than you do with building it yourself because of the current global shortages. I mean, you know, for those who might remember in, 2020, 2021, we had a global GPU shortage, right? That is like nothing compared to what we're going through right now in terms of prices, just absolutely ridiculous on multiple components for the PC. And availability is, becoming, it's slowly becoming an issue as well. Price is the harbinger of availability problems. Pricing problems are, they tell you, hey, availability is not great and might not be a thing for forever. So I will mark you as here. So I'm going to do this video first. I'm going to do the Pokemon thing first. Evan, don't go anywhere because you're literally the only person who has signed up to get PC help today. We're going to do that right after I open some Pokemon packs, which I hope is something that you are not averse to, that you're not that does not bother you at all, because it's fun. It's a good fun time. And there's a new set that came out and I'm eager to rip into it because I was good and I waited to do any of that, just so that we could do this together and I can film a video for it. Okay. Yo, Rubu, what's up? How's it going? You know, I need to I need to talk to WX about this. I was rewatching the restream. I was watching the restream of the last race, and he lied. He lied to everybody. He lied to everybody. He said that it was a redemption match against Divine because I'd lost to him, but he kept saying that I lost 2-0. Round robin was a single race. Every one of them was a single race. I lost one race because I got Ridley in a death loop with Ridley. He kept saying it throughout the race. He kept saying it. He was there. Evan, you said RAM is crazy, and especially for music, I need a lot. 64 gigs would be cool. Indeed, for music production, you do need a lot of RAM. As someone who used to do some amateur music production, I had to upgrade my RAM. And right about the time where I had a track with like 72 instruments in it. Because audio samples have to be loaded into RAM, because when you hit your MIDI keyboard, however you are calling those different audio samples or whatever you're doing, it has to be immediately available for instant playback. So it has to be loaded into your system memory. So, yep, I'm explaining to you what you already know, but yes, I'm letting you know I do get that it needs a lot of RAM. Just know that that's going to be a solid part of the budget right there. Probably more than the, actually, no, you're going to be gaming in ultra wide. So I don't know. 64 gig kits of RAM are precious right now. That's for sure. John, what's up? Welcome. I will have to. I'll have to give him crap about it. Because I mean, we were just talking today, and I didn't bring it up, even though I watched it last night. I didn't bring it up, but I'll have to. The thing is, I didn't know whenever we did the Yap Rando, I didn't know about that, so I couldn't like respond, and now it's just out there. Please let me know when you do. I will. I'd love to witness the demolition. You know what, Rubu? I will save it for the next Yap Rando. How about that? I'm not even going to tell him in DM or anything. I'm going to save it for the next Yap Rando. Yes. That way, it's in the same place. It's in the same format. Yeah. Maybe it'll even be on Speed Gaming 3 again. But okay. New set time. By the way, you played dang well. Thank you. I really enjoyed hearing you. Like, because I know that when I get into a groove, that I'm grooving, right? Like I'm really shuffling, and I got times where I shamble and times where I shuffle. I'll chain together some like really awesome movement and then just like bonk my head on a platform and be like, and then it throws me off. It's just, that's me moving through Super Metroid. But yeah, it's y'all are always right on top of it, of like calling it out, and I appreciate that a lot. Everyone does. Yeah, I know. I mean, I watch Oats do it, and it's like, it's Oats and Goats. Come on. All right, let's record this Pokemon video. Oh yeah, let me get this back up where it was, so I can move my arms. Nice box. Thank you. This set just, at least at the store I was at, this just came out today. It's the newest set, and I was there at 5:30 in the morning to get it at MSRP instead of market price, which is like a lot. Yeah, I value my time, but I also value my money. So in this case, I had the time. All right. Oh, I'm recording right now. Let me stop that, and I will restart it. Okay. As of the time I'm making this video, the new Pokemon Mega Evolution Era set, Pitch Black, is out, and we have got it. I just picked it up this morning. And I actually want to test something that I've tested maybe a couple times before with so far inconclusive results, but that's why we have a large sample size. We have here a full booster box of Mega Evolution Pitch Black, and we have 4 sleeved packs. We're going to go 4 versus 4, taking 4 packs out of this 36-pack booster box and have them go head-to-head with these 4 sleeved packs, which are actually messing up. Actually, I'll do this on this camera. I'm going to take 4 packs out of this 36-pack booster box and put it up against these 4 sleeved packs that I have, because these don't have anything like a box hit or anything. It's just 4 individual packs, and I want to see which one gets better hits. Let's find out, like right now. We will start it off by opening up my booster box of Pitch Black. I got to tell you, sometimes it's pretty tough getting this like in the morning and having to wait until evening to open this on stream and record it and do all that. But I've gotten pretty good at it. Okay, we see our buddy Darkrai there, just invading your dreams or whatever, and or feeding off of them, but he doesn't mean to. He's not a bad guy or something. But yeah, hopefully we find a little SIR or hyper rare gold Mega Darkrai EX in this box or in one of those individual packs. We'll stick around and find out. But there are our 4 packs from the booster box, and of course we have our 4 packs here. We'll hold off on these. They're just going to be sitting up here waiting in the wings. And let's get started. And we'll save the Darkrai pack for last. Here we go with pack number 1 with Mega Chandelure on it. I'm really excited I missed the pre-release event. Well, I mean, I was there, but I didn't make the cut to get in to it. So I don't really know much. So I don't really know much about the decks and the new cards in this set, but I'm eager to find out. So you're going to see me stop and read some of these. Apologies in advance. But this is not a big set. It's another sort of Mega Evolution mini set. 88 official cards in it. So let's see what we got. And yes, this does continue the mini set sort of trend right now of special energies sometimes being in the place where the rare would be. So here we go. Starting off with Type Null. Mabostiff, Electrike, Slowpoke, Seaking, Dark Bell, Bayonet. This is part of the hide and sneak setup here. So there's going to be basically a bunch of Pokemon with the hide and sneak ability, and the more of those that you have, oh, that's less than ideal. Hold on. Oh, yeah, it's not gonna like that. I just gotta fix this real quick. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. Fixed it. There we go. Now this is off. Okay. I swear I'm a professional. I swear it. Okay. There we go. Okay. So basically, there's a bunch of Pokemon with the hide and sneak ability, and you basically there's certain things that can happen if you have a bunch of them in play. So there you go. So Bayonet, we have Reverse Slowpoke, Reverse Armor Fossil. You're going to be a problem for my Mega Beedrill EX deck, and Miraidon Hollow. This is apparently supposedly a pretty good card. I don't know much about it though. So yeah, I'm going to be spending some time with these cards afterwards and sort of like reading through them, looking up what some people have said about the strategies and things like that. And yeah, see whether I want to build a deck or two out of Pitch Black, and I'm sure that I will want to do that. And by the way, they're putting Pokemon on like they have different Pokemon on some of the code cards, which is pretty cool. I mean, they had the Pikachu ones before, but now you're seeing some other Pokemon on the code cards. Just a little side note. Okay, so nothing out of pack 1. Nothing crazy anyways. Yukimori Mankey right there. Charcadet. Inkay. Bronzor. Another Dark Bell. What does Dark Bell do? Both active, non-dark Pokemon are now confused. Interesting. Okay. So dark set kind of thing. Dark deck kind of thing. Manectric. Jet. Draw a card for each of your opponent's Mega Evolution Pokemon EX in play. That could be interesting. Skull Fossil Reverse. Skarmory Reverse, and Mega Zeraora EX. Now, I have pulled this before, but in Japanese. So this is my first one that is playable if I wanted to do so. So that's a hit right there. We'll give that 1 point right there. So let's say it's 1 point for an EX, 2 points for an illustration rare, or full art, and 3 points if I get an SIR or gold card. How about that? Let's say that. Yeah, there's points to this now. Listen, I don't make the rules, except that I do. Okay, we have Kangaskhan, Mega Kangaskhan there on that code card. All right, Centiskorch, Skull Fossil, Antique Skull Fossil, actually, Skarmory, Antique Armor Fossil, Backtrack Badge. Once during your turn after you flip any coins for an attack of the colorless Pokemon this card is attached to, you may ignore all results of those coin flips and begin flipping those coins again. So it's a redo on your coin flips. Interesting. Lampent, Manectric, again here. Trumbeak Reverse. I think that's an upgrade for Trumbeak in my Pokedex. Marshadow Reverse and a Mega Delphox EX. All right, that's 2 points for the booster box packs. 2 points so far. Let's see what Mega Delphox EX does. Mega Delphox has Trick Portal. Look at the top 9 cards of your deck, and you may put any number of Pokemon you find there onto your bench. Wow. Okay, top 9 cards of your deck is a lot. Okay, shuffle the other cards back into your deck. And then Eerie Glow for 3, 1 fire, 2 colorless. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned and confused, plus 200 damage. Okay. Oh, by the way, Mega Zeraora EX has Thunderous Fist. This attack does 60 damage for each lightning energy attached to this Pokemon. For TCG, is it lightning or electric? By the time this video goes up, I will know, like, because I will just go look it up. But I just figured I would ask the question right now. This is the last pack of the 4 for the booster box. Let us see what we get. You have Mega Venusaur there on the code card. Are they trying to make code cards collectible now? What's the deal? Was it not enough already with all your Gengars and your Dragonites and your Charizards, Pokemon Company? Really? Okay. Pity there are no hollow energies in this set as far as I know, other than the special energies, which I haven't gotten one of those yet, and I do need those. Bronzor, Charjabug, Finizen, Grubbin, Sinistra, another hide and sneak Pokemon. Rust Syndicate Grunt. You can use this card only for Pokemon where any of your Pokemon are knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Discard an energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, so it's Crushing Hammer, but with no coin flip. That's cool. Relicanth. Drillbur Reverse. Poltergeist Reverse. And the last card is another Hollow Miraidon. So there you go. That is 2 points for the booster box packs, just with these 2 EXs right here. And we'll just leave these right here. And now it is time for the 4 sleeved packs to make their bid for dominance here. Let's see how it goes. Ads, I missed your parts list. I didn't do a parts list. I haven't done that yet. All right. Sleeved pack number 1. I do like the way these open. Accidentally took the energy card with the code card there. There we go. All right. Charcadet. Bombardier. Bombardier probably, because that's like Bombardier, but it's bird. I don't know, whatever. Fomantis. Inkay. Palafin. Gladion's Final Battle. You can use this card only when it is the last card in your hand. I don't like that. I don't like that. Would feel bad. During this turn, attacks used by your Pokemon that don't have a rule box do 80 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Interesting. That's... I don't know how I would build a strategy around not having any cards in my hand. That sounds stressful. Sinistra, Manectric Reverse, Gwyn Reverse, and we got the full art Dark Bell. Absolutely sick looking card right there. I did get this, I think 2 of these, opening up the Japanese version of this. But of course, I can't play those, but I can play this. So that right there, that is a full art. So that's 2 points. Now they're tied with this one. Well, it's not really, okay. I'm still calling it 2 points. I said illustration rares would be 2 points. I'm still counting it as 2 points. So that is tied right there already. Yikes. Let's see how it goes. Let's see. I don't know. Pack number 2. Strong start for the sleeved individual packs. Can't even use those code cards yet. But I do play TCG live, so I do keep those. Sorry, I don't share. I mean, you know, still building my collection there. Skull Fossil, Antique Skull Fossil, Bronzor, Poltergeist, Charge-a-Bug, Sea King, Fossil Quarry. This right here is essentially Buddy Buddy Poffin, but for these. So for people doing fossil decks, they didn't have anything like Buddy Buddy Poffin to get 2 basic low HP Pokemon from their deck onto their bench directly. This can do that with these fossil cards. So that is it's the only new stadium card for this set. Sinistra. Annihilate Reverse. Durable Body. If this Pokemon would be knocked out by damage, HP becomes 10. Cool, got it. And you got some bench damage here with Ghostly Blow. Does 100 damage to active. Place 5 damage counters on one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And this guy is going to be a problem for me. My favorite deck to play right now is Beedrill EX. And this has an ability called, this Bastiodon has an ability called Ancient Bulwark. And that essentially says that, hey, if your Pokemon has 2 or less energy on it, you do no damage here. So your Mega Greninja EX, your Alakazam decks for 1 energy. If you have 28 cards in your hand, just demolishing other... Nope, no damage to this Bastiodon here, which is kind of a big deal. And Mega Darkrai EX enters the fray. That makes it 3 points for... You know what? No. Okay, it's 2 points now. I didn't mention full art trainer cards, so I'm going to go ahead and call that a point, I guess, because I really do want these EX cards. I want multiple of each of them in case I want to build a deck with one. So, yeah, they're tied right now, and there are 2 more packs remaining for the sleeved packs to win it here. Let's see if they can pull out a win. I really hope so, for their sake. Definitely not mine. Okay. Second to last pack right here. With the Gardevoir code card. Maybe those are lucky. Let's find out. Maybe that's like getting the different colored code card in like Sword and Shield era sets. Okay. Poplio. Centiskorch. Primeape. Antique Armor Fossil. Malamar. Marshadow. Relicanth. Interesting. Fossil Beatdown for 1 energy. This attack does 30 more damage for each of your benched Pokemon that has Antique in its name. So basically, if you have a bench with, if you have 5 of these on your bench right here, for 1 energy, you're doing 160 damage. Trumbeak Reverse, another one. Heatran Reverse. And Zarude Hollow. Zarude Hollow. 1 pack left. There was no points gained there. Still tied. That's it. That's the end of the sentence. Still tied. See if we can get some last pack magic going. Maybe that's kind of a bit... Well, the thing is, usually my... usually for me, I have first pack magic, so that should have been an advantage for the booster box packs. But instead, maybe this Lucario code card here is foretelling some last pack magic for the sleeved packs. And we're about to find out. Nickit, Finizen, Yukimori Mankey, Type Null, Tremendous Bomb. In the translations earlier, when I was opening the Japanese sets, like on some of the sites like Pokédata, they were calling it Terrific Bomb. Tremendous Bomb makes a lot more sense. Relicanth, Manectric. Here we go. Here we go. This next card should be, if there's any big hit here, should be there. Fomantis, reverse. Brion reverse, and Primarina Hollow. And guess what? It seems to be a tie. I am going to maybe give a little bit of an edge to the sleeved packs, but that's the thing about sleeve packs, is that it is just completely random. You do kind of have a hit rate for booster boxes. I couldn't tell you what it is. That's what Google's for, I guess. But it really, you're just throwing caution to the wind if you get sleeve packs, but that could really work out. You never know. But yeah, we got some interesting EXs here. By the way, Mega Darkrai EX. 2 energy is Duskgrade, 110 plus. If your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them, this attack does 110 more damage. So 2 Darkness Energy, 2 Dark Energies, and you get 220 damage. And then there's Abyssai. If your opponent's active Pokemon is affected by a special condition, it is knocked out for just 3 energy. Right there. Pretty good. Okay, that'll do it for this one. We have, of course, more packs to open up later on. And I still have a box of Crystal Gathering and some other stuff. So get subscribed or hit follow if you haven't already as the journey continues. See you then. Most attackers this format. Huh? Yeah, so I got the Dark Bell. That's cool. As in the full art. Really, really cool card. Just absolutely gorgeous. I feel like these don't translate to screen as well, to camera as well, but the chromatic, like the what is it? The reflective line art is gorgeous on these. The texture on them is really nice. Yeah. But okay. All right. That was fun. Now we can talk about computers. Let's do that. I have a good look through these cards later. And just, you know, I don't do this on I'm too new to this to just like be able to look at a bunch of cards and figure out a strategy. So I do tend to look at guides online and then sort of figure stuff out. My current channel that I watch the most is Trust Your Pilot, just because it's fast paced and it keeps things entertaining. But yeah, I'm worried about this guy. But yeah, that's what you were saying. Most attackers in this format are 2 energy or less. So Bastiodon is the answer to that. And what an answer it is. I really just got those sleeved packs because after having waited in line, they basically tell you, okay, you can get 1 ETB or 1 booster box, obviously, because I need to open a lot. I want to open a lot of packs for streams and stuff. I got the booster box. And the booster box, by the way, generally booster boxes go for about like $300 or more. Getting them at MSRP was like, or at the price it was here, it was like $160 for that whole booster box, which is pretty good. So basically like half of market price. That seems worth it to me. It was worth waiting on, I think. Something really weird going on with purple reflections on the cards. Yes, you see this? It is a light literally shooting this way. on my ceiling. So I think it's kind of cool because it's like really hot in the camera. Like it's really vibrant in the camera. Those reflections, I kind of like that, even if it's not ideal in terms of you know, general visuals. Okay, I'm back. Vim ads on Twitch caused me to miss some stuff. Well, we didn't do a parts list yet or anything, so don't worry about that. We just opened some Pokemon packs, and now we're going to do that. Alrighty. Okay. Oh, it's doing the thing again. It's not me. That's not me, I promise. I'm not doing that. I need to just get rid of that. I need to get rid of that. There, it's not there anymore. It was whenever I did this, it like brings that on. But it's like looping in a really dumb way. So. Sorry about all the mic noise. But yeah, that's what the reflections were from. I think the purple light works well with your setup. Thank you, Evan. Appreciate it. That is why it is there. This is my room, but for some stuff I'm working on, I've been working on my green screen setup for other things, and I was like, why don't I use it on stream? We could do some fun stuff. Like this, like that, this effect here. That's because I can do that because of the green screen. So there's other stuff that can do that with like AI and background removal, things like that. But I'm using good old chroma key with just good lighting and green screen. So plus it's retractable into my ceiling, which took me forever to put up there, but it is worth it. It keeps it off the floor, and it means I don't have to have a huge thing that I have to set up every time I want to use it. I literally just pull it down. It's great. And the lights I have mounted to the ceiling, so I just pivot them down. And then I pivot them out of the way whenever I'm not using them. It's a good setup. I like it a lot. But yeah, let's get to this. Okay. So. Let me turn that music down a bit. Okay, now what I need to ask you is this. Because you were talking about if I need to go over budget, that's fine. That means that whatever you set up as your budget is kind of not okay. If you look at the form, it says what is the maximum amount you can spend on your PC, your maximum budget, whatever like the amount you want to cap out at is that you're comfortable spending. If you give me a number and then you say but we could go above that, that's not the maximum, right? So you chose the range of 2,000 to 2,500, but you'll notice on a lot of these other ones I have just one number. So what is the actual solid amount that you're willing to cap out at, that you're comfortable spending without going over? And not a range, just like if it's 2,750, give me 2,750. Let me know. Don't give me 2,750. I mean, I won't stop you if you want to do that, but you should not do that. Let's say 3K. All right. Oh, here, I'll just copy that. There we go. And fix the color. Okay, so let's talk about what this means, right? Gaming and music production. A gaming PC is the second to the simplest PC. Simplest PC is like, I need to check my emails and maybe do a spreadsheet or two or something like that. That's just a basic computer, and you don't even, oftentimes you don't even need a graphics card because CPUs have integrated graphics. Gaming PC is computer, but with good graphics, right? And in some cases, depending on how you're using it, good CPU as well. So then once you add in music production, however, well, it's essentially the same requirements as a streaming PC. You might have a lot of devices that you want to connect to that over time that you might be adding. You might not want to have to swap out MIDI instruments and things like that. You might have a multi-tiered keyboard setup, or you might have different things like that. So, like different pad, pad kits and things like that. Control surfaces. So you don't want to run out of USB. You really don't. that means investing more into your motherboard than you otherwise would if it was just a gaming PC. That's kind of one of the things that always bothered me about these motherboards that they call gaming motherboards, but they cost $500. It just needs to power the CPU well and have like 5 USB ports. What do you mean gaming? This has like 12 USB ports and has 5 storage slots. What are you talking about? So that's more along the lines of, like, for music production, you need good storage options. You need good PCIe slots in case you need to put a specific sound card in your system that works with a specific software that you're using. Music peripherals for music production can get crazy the more professional you get. So the PC needs to be adaptable, and that starts with the motherboard. And it also ends with the motherboard. It's all about the motherboard. Now, the other thing, and as you mentioned, is RAM. 64 gigs is also where I would put you at for that. With a budget of $3,000, that's not a problem. We got you. But then you also need storage. And you don't necessarily want slow storage either. And storage is just like RAM right now. It's a little bit less in terms of percentage over original MSRP, but it is up there. It's very quickly catching up. GPUs are also boosted in price right now. And my question to you is this. This is where we have a little bit of wiggle room. So you chose ultra wide for your monitor selection. Okay. Now there's ultra wide, right? And then there's like super ultra wide, right? So what I would need to know is this. Do you already have that monitor? Music is primary, gaming is a luxury. Awesome. Sounds like fun. Are you using a green screen? Didn't even notice. Yep. That means I'm using it right. Yeah. Look, check it out. I had made some changes and I changed the background image because I moved my camera a little bit, right? And that wouldn't have lined up right. So while you're answering the question I asked you about your monitor, whether you already have it or not, I'll ask you a follow-up question on that after. So check this out, okay? Because the reason it looks correct is because this is literally the room that I'm in. It's just a still image of it. But I did this, I made the change, and I was like, for half of the first stream after I made that change, I was like, ugh, this looks terrible. What is it? And check this out. Look what I had forgotten to add to it. Now it looks terrible. Now that looks really bad. But depth of field. I had forgotten to add the blur. Just that little bit of change can make a huge difference. I do not have the ultra-wide monitor, currently using a TV. Hey, I've been there for music production, actually, for the real estate and for the price of it. I was using a TV for a little bit as well, back when I was doing that. A long time ago, but still. So that's fine. So why am I asking about that? Well, I will tell you. The reason is that with music production, no, not with music production, with monitors. See, I'm getting my ideas mixed up here. So with monitors, you have the number of pixels, right? And let's say a 1080p gaming monitor that is 16:9 standard landscape monitor, right? That has a certain number of pixels. But then you go to like 1440p in 16:9, right? That has a lot more pixels. And then 4K, right? That has way more pixels than 1440p and definitely way more than 1080p. And the more pixels you have, the harder work it is for a GPU to make graphics happen on it, because it's more work, it's more real estate. Now an ultra wide might say that its vertical resolution is 1080p, right? Like, let me see. I have an ultra wide here. I'm just going to check the resolution real quick. That means I'm disappearing halfway off the screen. Okay. That resolution is 3440 by 1440. That is not what you normally see for a 1440p monitor, because the first number in resolution is the number of horizontal pixels. The second number is vertical pixels. Now, why does this matter? Well, if your monitor that you're looking at buying says that the vertical resolution is 1080p, that is going to be way easier to run than one that says for the second number 1440. That monitor in number of pixels that it has to render is closer to 4K than 1440p. So you need a pretty strong GPU for that. Your budget should allow for it, but just understand a 5070 Ti right now, which is where I would put you at, 5070 Ti, is about $1,000 by itself, whereas it used to be $750. That's not the most egregious price increase, obviously, because RAM is like triple its original price or more, but still. So let's go ahead and build you a PC, and we'll talk about it as we go. I just wanted to cover that because I know that there's someone here on the list right above you that had an ultra wide they were doing, but if you look at most of these, most people don't go ultra wide. I mean, look at that. We had to go back to like January for the last person, other than the one just before you. January for the last person that listed ultra wide as their resolution. So I don't always get, also this person here. So 4 in the last 7 months. That is a good number right there. Okay. You know what? I could use the hydrate, actually. Credwan says it does not look bad. All your room is dope. Thank you. I worked really, really hard on it. And it also gets very messy, the parts you can't see. But the thing is, I've been in other content creators and streamer spaces, and that is not just me. That is a lot of us. Blue Zionic Wolf, thank you. I actually really needed that. Thank you very much. I keep forgetting. Every time I'm like, before my next stream, I need to find the DBZ, the Dragon Ball Z instant transmission sound so that I can just be like this. Oh, wait, here we go. I can just be like this. But the pop is also funny. And I'm back. Okay. Well, I figured with all the talking you were doing, so how are you doing, Brad? I'm doing good. And I do a lot of talking, that's for sure. Okay. So instead of going to PC Part Picker, we're going to go to Build Cores because we're going to do this in 3D. Hold on. We're going to do this in 3D. Or is this one better? 3D. 3 dimensions. All right. I said that way too many times, and now it sounds weird in my head when I say it. Okay. And we're going to start a new build. I forgot that they gave me a Build Cores Pro. Did they give me a Build Cores Pro account? Yeah, they did. No, they didn't. They were going to. I did stop talking to them, and that's kind of my fault. I stopped talking to a lot of my my peers and the company I was working with when things really slowed down in the market. Okay. Now, because you're not looking for RGB and just lights in general, right? I'm guessing you don't really want a fish tank style case. You don't need that, right? Performance is what matters here. Although fish tank style cases can get great performance. I'm just saying. I actually really like the idea of the Height X50 for you, but it looks like a speaker is why I'm saying that. Look at this. It has the look of a speaker, a modern speaker. So I think that'd be pretty cool. What do you think? I don't. Okay. Oh, you're just saying I don't have the ultra wide monitor, right? We already responded to that before, so. You know what? Just for this moment here, I'm going to switch to science and technology because we're doing science and technology talk right now. Okay. So yeah, just waiting on your feedback on this. What do you think about this case? Visuals come second. I'm a function over fashion kind of person. That being said, that speaker looking case is cool. It is cool. I got to cover this at Computex 2025. And that was the last time I went to I didn't go this year, and that makes me sad. Now, it is a little bit pricey, but I can tell you from experience, the quality, the build quality on this case is insane. It's very, very, very good. So we will add this to the build. And now we have it here. There we go. We can look at it. It shows the framing for where like you can put fans. Just ignore that for now. But it has that grill on the front, so it has sort of that mesh look to the front. Okay. It is a steel mesh, though. Okay. Now we need a motherboard. So let's think about this. I feel like the difficulty here is that if you want more cores, which can help with certain music productions at certain DAWs, like, you know, having extra cores, but some don't care, really. I don't really have the breakdown on that because I never looked too deeply into that. But if you want more cores for less money, that is Intel's Core Ultra 200S, and they have their higher performance version of that. So like a 270K P has 20 cores and a ton of performance for a fraction of the cost of a, so like 20 cores and a ton of performance for the fraction of the cost of a 16 core AMD CPU. That, yeah, when I say fraction, I mean generally about a third of the price. So it is a fraction. But usually the problem is you can't upgrade the CPU there, but you're not interested in upgrading your CPU over time. For a lot of people who are like, I don't plan on upgrading my CPU. I need to do video editing, or I need to do this. I need to do this creative task. I've been putting them on Intel. It's like you get a ton of performance for a lot less money. You just can't upgrade the CPU as easily as new generations come out. You have to swap out the motherboard if you want to do that. So we can look at that as an option. The one thing now that is holding me back is that later this year, Nova Lake comes out. And Nova Lake is going to be crazy. And I don't know if that would bother you. There are new CPUs and sockets, and everything is going to come out later this year, supposedly. Like their flagship CPUs going from 24 cores in this generation to 52, reportedly, 52 cores in the next generation. That's a lot of cores. That's crazy. But anyways, I primarily use Ableton, if that helps at all. If I had used it, I would say so. The last modern DAW that I used was Studio 1.4, which I think is owned by Fender now. And I was looking at actually getting a license for it because I think I can just import old tracks that I meant to finish and I never did. But anyways, so Studio 1.4 is what I used last. Then that just ate up RAM like crazy, but that's anytime you're loading audio samples, as we discussed. So yeah, I would use Studio 1.4 with Contact and just a million Contact instruments. It was just too much. I had to go to 64 gigs of RAM, and that fixed everything. So, but we do need to pick your platform. And yeah, let's just look at current pricing on the 270K P right now. 270K Plus is $308 for a 24 core. I'm sorry, it's 24 cores. My bad. It was 20. Now apparently it's 24, just like the 285K that costs $200 more. or $190 more. That's crazy. 24 cores. It is the same boost clock. Is this just the same information? Is this incorrect? It might be incorrect. Let me go check. I might have to message them and let them know. $24 cores. Yeah, no kidding. It is correct. Wow. For 308, as compared to a 9950X or 9950X 3D at almost $700, and it has 16 cores. Tell me it's not a bad, tell me it's not a good deal. Tell me, try it. Try me. What's up, Angry Beaver? How's it going? You were never late. We were all just early, okay? You're right on time, buddy. Yeah. It's a lot of cores for $300. It's crazy. And the one of the things that's helping you here, I have a lot of friends in the tech YouTube space, from back when I was doing that a lot, right? And going to shows and doing all that stuff, right? Before that whole, I've heard from some of them, and yeah, views are down all across the board because nobody can freaking buy anything right now, and it sucks. But anyways, but the thing is, I straight up called some of them out about Intel because they were just hating on Core Ultra 200S, the current generation, just because 13th and 14th gen had issues. And yeah, they were bad issues that eventually were supposedly rectified. But this latest generation was insane value. So because they kept ragging on it like that, prices went down. People will still tell you to this day that it's bad without going and looking for themselves, without testing it for themselves. And guess what my CPU I have in my editing PC? A 265K, the previous version of the one you're looking at here. And it rocks at video editing, okay? And that's another similar use case. So yeah, I'm going to recommend this to you. It's a value like no. And here's another benefit. In the current generation between AMD and Intel, Intel is winning in terms of I/O, input, output. How many USB ports are on the back? How, Thunderbolt, and just all the things, okay? Really fast USB-C ports for external capture cards and other interfaces and things like that. So their motherboards are absolutely insane. Now let's see which one makes sense for you. You're doing a black build. I really like the Edge Wi-Fi, but the Carbon Wi-Fi is probably what I would go for. And I want you to take a look at this. I want you to take a look at, okay, are you ready? Okay, Evan, here's the thing. This might not mean a lot to you right now, but imagine yourself down the road. You just got yourself a shiny new MIDI instrument you want to plug in alongside your other ones, or you have you just got some kind of just new XLR interface that you want to try out without undoing what you already have here. Look at this. Look at this. I'm sorry, I'm in front of the Wi-Fi 7. My bad. Dual Thunderbolt, which is crazy because Thunderbolt daisy chaining is so good. These are all 10 gigabit per second ports. Yeah, that's 10 of them. Plus three USB Type-C, dual Ethernet. So if you want to have network attached storage, okay, 2.5 gig just for that, and your 5 gig for your Ethernet for your main internet connection, plus Wi-Fi 7. And then of course you have your PCIe slots here. The one downside to this board is that if you connect something to this PCIe slot right here, you get only 8 channels here. But considering you're going over PCIe Gen 5 here, and we're going to be looking at a 5070 Ti, that should not affect you whatsoever. So yeah, you've got a lot of connectivity here. Amount of storage on here is going to be, let's see how many M.2 slots it has. Is it not going to say on here? I might just need to go to their page. Okay, that's not going to tell us. But I think it's up to 4 M.2 drives in it. Let's just check it out. Hold on. I will find out for you. Oh, here we go. Not image. No. Interesting. There we go. That worked. Specifications. Storage. 5 M.2 slots. 5. That means, let's say that you get, that you're moving over storage from another system. Cool. You have a 2 terabyte for your primary boot drive, which is what I would go for. 2 terabytes. You can just add more, like, storage is expensive right now, but I need more. Let me get a 1 terabyte. And you still have like an additional 1 terabyte or something. Having put that in there, put in your primary drive and then 1 terabyte to have 3 terabytes total. You still have 3 more M.2 slots available to add, I don't know, later on when storage gets cheaper, an 8 terabyte one and another 4 terabyte one. You have so many storage options here. And the more projects you're making, the more plugins you have, the more samples you have, instruments, all of that. It takes up space. It can take up a lot of space. You have an option to put in a drive just for your game library, that kind of thing, to keep it all separate, whatever you want to do. These are the kinds of things that I obsess over, so you do not have to. Dual Thunderbolt 4. I know there are certain audio interface devices that use Thunderbolt or things like that. There's also Thunderbolt 4 hubs that have insane connectivity. It's very cool. So yeah, there's a lot going on with this board, and this is why I ask what you're going to do with your PC, because this kind of stuff this matters. This matters. This is quality of life stuff. How much you're actually going to be able to use your PC and how much you like it. It needs to be right for you. And this is a core component if you're going to be streaming or doing music production, things like that. So we do that. I like this one. We add it to the build. There we go. Now, it's not going to show CPU, but that's fine. We'll put a cooler on that in a bit. Now, the GPU, so far we're at 777. Make a wish. The GPU I am recommending for an ultra-wide monitor is a 5070 Ti. Now, why not a 5080? Why not a 5090? Well, a 5090 will run you anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 right now. Oh, here's a 5090 for $4,329. So no 5090. No. It is priced out of the market unless you are actually rich or something, or you just want to get into a crushing amount of debt. And I don't want to be a part of that. Now, 5070 Ti is more than it should be, but so is everything. So we're going to have to deal with that. The 5070 Ti, though, is the best balance of price to performance out of the 50 series NVIDIA cards. Okay. Now, you're not talking about doing any video encoding with what you're doing, but you might eventually. You might decide, hey, I like music production enough that I want to make videos about how to do it, right? Sure. Well, 5070 Ti is the cheapest 50 series GPU that has dual encoders with the 9th gen NV encoder, which is very good. It's what I'm using in my PC right now to stream on, which you're watching right now is my stream that I'm streaming from this. Okay. $979 or actually $899 for a ProArt 5070 Ti. You what? Oh, that's dope because there's no RGB on this thing. That's perfect for your build. It's also not super thick. It's basically just over 2 PCIe slots in thickness, as you can see right there. So yeah, it's in stock. Okay, cool. All right. We'll add that to the build. That is one of the cheapest 5070 Ti's I've seen in forever. It does have RGB. Why? You could probably turn that off, though. Okay. Now RAM. Now RAM. We're going to find you the cheapest 64 gig kit of RAM that will be reasonably fast. And the best thing about Intel is that Intel and I basically had AMD engineers at their labs in the Austin campus agreeing with me on this. Intel has a much more versatile memory controller. It just does. You know, there is no, I mean, of course, there's kind of a sweet spot. There really is no sweet spot. No, there isn't. It's just, it'll give you whatever the best performance you can get out of your RAM without really affecting your CPU performance, separate from the RAM being whatever speed that it is. So that's a thing for AMD. You don't have to worry about that. So we're going to go here. We're going to go to 64 gigs. We're going to go to 2 modules because that's kind of the meta for RAM here. For DDR5, I should say. We're going to say we want a minimum of DDR5 6000. We don't want to go below that. And maximum cast latency of 36, I would say. Well, I would even say 40, but yeah. We don't want RGB, so let's just say black on the RAM. And then we go to sorting, price low to high. And this is the cheapest 64 gig kit of memory that you can get. $509. Look at that. It is literally $290 cheaper than the next kit. Let me make sure it's in stock. It is in stock at Amazon right there. Now, this is not ideal. Like this right here, you wouldn't necessarily want to get for AMD, but you could. And it would run. It's not optimal. But yeah, $509 for this 64 gig kit is pretty good. I wish it didn't have RGB. I really do. But there are non-RGB kits. They are more expensive by literal hundreds of dollars. So you can deal with a little bit of RGB. You just said it's not necessary. A lot of people will come in and say, I don't want RGB RAM because I want to save money. It doesn't always save you money to get non-RGB RAM. Sometimes the RGB kit is the cheaper one. That's just how it goes. See, so you're having these little touches of RGB. That's it. And that's not bad. Yo, WX, what's up? Welcome. $4,000 is wild. It is. 5090s were wild to begin with, but yeah. By the way, Ruchu, if I didn't already say hi, how's it going? I had my first CS2 cast of the ESEA season. Nice. How did it go? Now for the cooler, we're going to go max performance at the best price we can get. Now your cooler is going to essentially go here, and it's going to be exhaust. Now, y'all might be thinking, wait a minute, isn't it bad to have your intake be immediately exhausted from the side? Not if your radiator is there, because that means the freshest air possible is being exhausted through the radiator here. And then you have your GPU's hot air coming out of this exhaust fan in the back. It's actually quite a genius design here. So yeah, we're gonna have intake fans on the front and your exhaust and radiator on the side here. We just need to try and get something with no RGB, plus we do need to add fans here. Okay, so let's go CPU cooler, and we're gonna look for liquid cooling. Okay, we could also go with an air cooler. We could with this case, it would work. But let me go here and we'll pick, where is it? Okay, let's pick our color. And then we'll go price low to high. Can we turn off can we take away RGB? Well, no, it's not part of it. Montech Hyperflow Silent. There you go. $64.99. Okay, nice and low key. That'll do the job. Those fans are backwards. Okay, hold on. This just bothers me. There we go. That's what it should look like right there. Why is it like transparent? I don't know. Whatever. But yes, we want it there. Oh, because it's asking me where I want to put it. Okay. So now we need intake fans for the bottom, intake fans for the front, and an exhaust fan for the back. Now, this is kind of a classic thing here. Having your power supply in the top of the case like this is kind of how they used to be designed, but they figured out a great way to have direct airflow for your GPU without compromising that. Oh, storage. Let's do storage first. We are at 2252. It's genius because you designed it. I mean, I didn't design the case, but I know the guy who did. He's a good guy. Okay, now we're going to go with a slightly expensive option here for your storage, but hear me out. This is actually utilizing your system's capabilities properly. You see, you have a PCIe Gen 5 storage slot on your motherboard, and if you just get a standard, well, not standard, but if you get PCIe Gen 4, you're only using half of its speed. This is a 2 terabyte drive that is PCIe Gen 5, and the speeds are ridiculous, okay? Absolutely ridiculous. Now, the price is also ridiculous for 2 terabytes, but that's the market right now. That is how it is. But I have 3 of these in use currently that I use every day. So, yeah. They are workhorses. They're very fast, and they're very good. Power supply is actually it's my favorite part to go over these days because of Montech. Because Montech is awesome in terms, like, they just killed it with the where is it? I know you have it. The Century 2. We can go 850 watt for $79.90. This is Cybernetics Platinum rated, okay? Fully modular. And the price is insanely good. Look at this Corsair RM750E, which has like a B- rating, I think, on the tier list for $90. This is an 850 watt with an A rating on the tier list. And 100 more watts of power delivery, and it is $10 cheaper. That's Montech for you. And they're being reviewed incredibly positively right now. But we're going to go $10 more to $90 just to get you 1050 watts for maybe potential future GPU upgrades. You have the power to drive that now. There you go. Montech absolutely shaking up the power supply market. Thank you, WX. You're a good guy too. I need to double check with Nito. I know it's I don't know if it's weird to go with consistently the same mentor every tournament match, but it's been working and I don't want to mess that up. But yeah, I might have one on Thursday. I just need to check with Nito. And with Empath as well. Now we need case fans. So let's get those. We want them non-RGB. And preferably, I'd like to get you some that are reverse flow for the bottom. But also, I want to keep it simple for your build. So what we could do... I guess that could work. No, hold on. It's 4-pack. It's a 4-pack. Each one is a 4-pack. Well, I'd like to have a daisy chain at least. Okay, what is a good non-RGB daisy chaining fan? Let's go here. We're going to pick black here, 120 millimeter. 4-pin PWM. Size 120 millimeter. Actually, the Fantex M25 G2s are they daisy chain, meaning you connect it to the motherboard once and then the fans connect to each other. That is so much better for cable management. I'm currently cable managing a case that doesn't have daisy chaining fans. That was my choice. I chose to do that because I'm doing the cable management. But for you, I don't recommend it. I've done a lot of cable management in my time. It is not fun. But I'm used to it. You also have this nice homogeneous look that you get to it with these little covers right here. They're just really nice high performance fans that are not crazy expensive at all. But I want to see if we can get a kit of them instead of just single fans each. So if we choose Fantex here, there we go. There it is. Well, that's the original M25, not the G2s. Those are fine too, though. I mean, that'll definitely do the job. Are they still daisy chaining, though? They do daisy chain. Look at that. So they just connect to each other. It is so simple. Oh, they don't have them. Why did it show it to me? Don't show me things that you don't have. It's annoying. Oh, there it is. There's a 3-pack here. So here's what you do. I don't really care if there's RGB or not. If it looks ugly and mismatched but works great, that is fine with me. I couldn't do that to you, though. I mean, if you like Noctua, you like Noctua. That's fine with me. I'm not going to judge you for that. But so here's what I'm going to recommend to you. Okay? I'm going to add one of these to your build here, but not put it on the build. And then I'll just add a bunch of these to show it in the build because they have the 3D models for this. But get 2 of these 3-packs plus 1 more fan. Why do you want 7 fans? I'll show you in just a second, but I'm just adding this so you have the reference, okay? There we go. And then we're going to add an additional 7 of... I have to do all that again? Okay, hold on. I'm going to add 7 of these so I can show it in the build. There they are. There you go. That one's backwards. Those are correct. There we go. Now there's going to be you're not going to see these fans really. There's a mesh that's in front of here, as I showed you in the picture, which we can see here. That mesh is actually very interesting. This is a surface of compound curved metal mesh. And I did a YouTube short about this in summer of 2025 because it took them so many failed attempts to figure out a new manufacturing process to make this. It is super cool. And the reason that it looks like a giant Beats pill type of speaker. But now our total for the entire build is now $28.88 and 72 cents with 64 gigs of RAM, 20 core CPU, a premium case, all the fans you need for it, at plus 20 bucks actually. So this, it's actually $20 over on this price here. An awesome power supply that I would recommend to absolutely anyone. 2 terabytes of Gen 5 storage. This is wait, that's 980 Pro. That's not the right storage. That's not. I thought I picked the 990 Pro. I'm sorry, 9100 Pro. Why did it do that? Did I just pick the wrong? I did pick the 980 Pro. This is what I was looking for. Where is it? Actually, what the heck? Where's the 9100 Pro? There it is. It's actually cheaper. Are you kidding? That's funny. Look, the 980 Pro is a great drive. Don't get me wrong. But it's slower. It's half the speed, and it's $70 more than a 9100 Pro. I guess I misclicked later on, earlier rather. There you go. Now you have the Gen 5 storage, 2 terabytes of it, and your price went down $28.18. So we're actually at like $27.99. Okay, 64 gigs of G-Skill Rip Jaws M5 Neo. And then you have your Asus ProArt GeForce RTX 5070 Ti, 16 gigs of GDDR7, all of that. The insane motherboard that is the MSI MPG Z890 Carbon. And that's your build. So let me save this. There we go. And then I'm going to link it to you. There we go. So all fans are intake except for the back panel and the radiator. Absolutely correct. The bottom ones are set to intake. The front ones are set to intake. And then here's how the airflow actually works. Let me give you the link real quick. Okay. The airflow works like this. Normally you have your radiator on the top here, but the top is not available for a radiator. But the way that works is you take cool, fresh air from the front and the bottom, and then it all kind of gets mixed with the hot air from the GPU, and then all that kind of hot air goes through your radiator, and that's what cools your CPU. Now, instead, you have 3 dedicated fans for your GPU, and then an exhaust fan for it, and then almost a separate area entirely to cool your CPU, because you have fresh air coming in here and immediately being exhausted through the radiator right here, separate from the airflow for your GPU. Is it going to intermingle? Is some of that air going to mix up a little bit? Yes. But by and large, your CPU will benefit the most out of this, which is good. In music production, you're going to be using your CPU way more than your GPU. So, makes a lot of sense. Thank you for taking time to do this. I appreciate that. I appreciate you coming in for help. I just, with the market as it is, I haven't been able to help as many people. I mean, I used to run out of time by the time the stream would end, where I couldn't help everyone who had signed up that day to get help. That was where I was at. And this AI thing just killed it. And it's not great. But I mean, hey, I pivoted to Pokemon. I'm having a good time. And, you know, it's fine. Like, the market will bounce back. It's bounced back from all kinds of things. There have been somewhat worse shortages, worse in a different way, shortages in the past that we bounced back from. And then when the market comes back, it comes back usually very strongly to compensate, because certain markets will crash, like the RAM market after the AI bubble bursts, although it's going to be a weird sort of cascading burst, not just like a crazy thing. The AI, the RAM market's going to crash. GPU market might crash as well. Well, no, not the GPU market. That's always that always has kind of a manufactured scarcity. But no, the RAM market's going to crash. The storage market's going to crash. All of that, and then consumers are like, "All right, let's dig in." So it'll blow up again. But it's like, we just got to endure it for now, and I can just pivot for now and do other stuff. But when I get the chance to help, that's what I want to do. With the market as it is, your help is greater than ever. You're right, and that's why I am getting back to making my regular videos. I'm gonna be recording one of those. We're gonna edit it, get it out here probably within a week. So yeah, it's about that time again. Like, if ever there was a time I was needed, it's now, and I need to remember that, even as frustrated as I get. But I haven't, you know, you're free to hang out anytime you want. If you also like gaming content and stuff like that, I am pivoting to that and Pokemon and all that stuff, just to sort of like continue doing this. And that, who knows, that might be my main thing eventually, but I don't think I can ever stop altogether with going to CES and Computex and like talking about tech and doing that kind of stuff. I still want to do that. So if that's what you came for, I'm still going to be doing that stuff. Just it's less right now. I miss these streams. Pokemon is cool because you're passionate about it, but the stuff is cool to watch for me. I look every stream anyways. Beaver, I appreciate you so much for that. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. As always. Wait until I make Bray play at Subversion. I mean, hi, Bray. I've thought about it. I've played a few. I think I played Verticality. Super Duper. I played that one, Super Duper Metroid. There's a few ROM hacks that I've played that are really, really fun. I need to do more of those, but I don't think that I could do like, you know, your what the hack kind of thing in terms of content. I don't know. Yep. Well, I mean, I can tell you right now. Following since August 5th, 2023. So close. So almost 3 years. Almost 3 years right there. And you know what? I forgot what I was going to say. Just had to pop down to the grocery store real quick. I know. I'm sorry, WX. I forgot. I was going to say something. It was super important, but I just slipped my mind. I don't know. Sorry. My bad. Wow, what? Wow, I'm awesome. Like, I know. Thanks. Thank you. Okay. Let me check something really quick. Oh, how am I going to do this? Nito's going to be out of town on Thursday. It's too late, I think, to schedule the match for tomorrow. What do you think, WX? Probably. So I'll tell you, yeah, I will get into that. I will get into that. It's too late to schedule it for tomorrow. Yeah, it is RGB, Angry Beaver. You're right, it is. But oh, nice, a clip. I got to see that. Just in a second, though. Oh, but Rubu, by the way, I'm sorry I didn't respond to you posting that, sending that clip to me before. I thought we were putting round 3 upper bracket on hold. Oh, okay. Okay. We're on hold then. Okay, never mind. I guess we're putting it on hold. Till next week, I guess. It's just rough because Empath, after, like, not this weekend, but the next weekend, is going out of town for 2 weeks. So I guess it has to be next week. Yo, okay. Jeez. Oh, okay. Hold on. Hold on, everyone. Because Evan Holsey just donoed $50. Let's go, nerds. Thank you for the donation and the support. Crazy. Thank you for that. I'm glad I had that alert going that I just so happened to be on the screen where it's working, because it's not working on any of my other ones. Thank you for the dono. I appreciate that. Heck yeah. I really appreciate that. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. I mean, I do this for free, like, for a reason, but I appreciate it. I guess that's like, hey, I mean, I guess I maybe saved you a little bit of money. I don't know, but I hope so. I hope I saved you some money. I think I did definitely on the RAM and the GPU. So that's, and that's what you need right now. We need that right now. We need to find any deals that we can and run with them, because they are evaporating. First round is on Bray. Well, there it goes. It's gone now. Okay, so recently WX was asking me, where did our mascot... Well, that didn't look good because my hand's out of focus. Where did my mascot... See, if I get out of focus, my green screen looks terrible. So I need to not do that. Anyways, where did this guy come from? So, first off, the art, this is a very rough version of RGB. It's actually got more gradient to the color and detail to it. You can't see it there either. But RGB came into being when I was first going to make a YouTube channel to begin with. And I it's funny. I've had another content creator mention to me because they like to go back and look at people's first videos. They're like, dude, you had branding in your you had your brand ready in your first video. What the heck? I was like, I overthink everything. This is why it takes me forever to do anything. But looking back at it later, it's better for it, I guess. Sometimes, I hope. So I wanted a mascot or a logo or something. And RGB was drawn by my lovely girlfriend, Ari. But why a bee? Well, I decided to go with the name Breathorn, which is a gamer tag name that I've been using for many years. And the last time before that I used the name Breathorn was in a Pathfinder campaign, which is like D&D 3.5. But like, we have D&D 3.5 at home kind of thing. But fantastic setting, system, game, fantastic. And it was such a good storyline. That's what I wrote that track Fall of the Rune Lords for. If I've ever shown you all that song, that's like 10.5 minutes of modern orchestral music that I made for our final battle back when I used to make music. That's what that campaign was. Well, my character was a rogue. And I did not multi-class. My character was a rogue. That was it. Pure and simple. And when you do that, you can do some funny stuff as you get to higher levels. We were trying to get into a cave on a cliffside. It was guarded by two very large and very not within our capabilities to defeat ogres. And so I was feeling cheeky, and what I decided to do was what did I had very high bluff. And so I just ran up to them yelling, "Bees! Bees! Bees!" And I rolled a natural 20. And I already had advantage. So it was like I mean, I had it rolled with I had a lot of skill points in it. So I was going to get it with like a 5. No. Actually, they put the difficulty pretty high. The DM put the difficulty pretty high. I think it was like a 12 or 12 to 15. Not high, but like not easy. But I rolled a natural 20. So they both started freaking out. And I pointed to one of them. And the bees, you have bees on you. And then the other one decided to help out with his great club. And off the cliff goes sailing one of the ogres. And listen, there are probably 2 times in my life that I've ever rolled 2 consecutive natural 20s. One of these times was when I turned to the other ogre to convince him that now the bees were on him. So from then on, the battle cry of our adventuring party was bees. So when it came time, I was like, I want a bee. It needs to be a bee. Yeah. Let's make just a fat purple bee with like stripes or something. And I wanted the purple. And of course, already knowing complementary colors and like color scheming, just came up with the purple and yellow gold kind of color. So purple and gold it was. And that's RGB. I was like, I want it to be in flight and look kind of like excited, you know, like that was it. That was the direction. And the rest was Ari's artistic talent. So that's where RGB comes. The name was all me, by the way. I was just streaming one time and I was like, its name is RGB. It was great. So yeah. Pathfinder is indeed a solid system. Man, I want to play, but my extreme introvertedness prevents it. That can be a problem. You really need to just find people that are your particular type of like everyone's got their own weird. We've all got our own crazy. Find a group of people who match it if you can. But in being an introvert kind of gets in the way of the find a group of people part. I know, but there are online places where that are like people will like they're like, hey, we want to. I'll be a DM for you or whatever. However you want to do it, it can be done. It's just one of the core parts of it is the social interaction. But you got to understand, there's a lot of people who go into a D&D group completely introverted and sort of come out of their shell a bit because they realize, hey, I'm amongst people that are a lot like me. So when I first got to high school, I was an absolute I was like very much in a shell. One of the things that pulled me out of that shell was, it was like theater and band that I just like, I always wanted to be an actor, but I was very shy. I know, weird. Do I contradict myself? Do I need to quote Walt Whitman? I'll do it. But another one was D&D with my like the core friend group that I made all throughout high school and that I still talk to this day now and then. So yeah. And now it's your tech symbol brand gimmick. It's kind of just a me thing because I'm carrying it over to the Pokemon content because guess what? This would be an awesome Pokemon. Tell me I'm wrong. And we'd have to skirt around the bug type thing. I would just go electric flying or something. 5 years and I've never heard the origin story of RGB before somehow. Lux, I know I've said it before. I'm pretty sure I've said it before, but not often. So, yeah, it's not often. I've gone into it a few times. I know who the people who ask me usually are like whenever I'm hanging out with other content creators, they'll ask me, what's the story with like, because they'll point at my shirt, like, why that? And I'm like, I'm glad you asked. Or sometimes I'm not glad they asked because maybe it's not something they'd be too into, but I don't care. I like what I am, I'm more concerned with what I am into than appeasing those around me. Yo, Critical Error Computing, how's it going? Welcome. Thank you. I appreciate that. You want to see something really cool? Okay, I'm back. I was playing a good amount like 8 years ago. One shots, small campaign, COVID hit and ruined the momentum. Yeah, it'll do that. I haven't really tried. I need to find a group for Cyberpunk. I got an OC I spent a year messing with. Wow. It does have to be a group that's fine with bringing in a... Well, I mean, it's not really a pre-made character, I guess. Oh, I missed Evan talking about CPUs without efficiency cores being ideal for music software, but still, there's 8 performance cores in this thing. It's plenty. It's gonna be plenty. So much so I'm losing weight to cosplay as. Oh, cool. No, that's really cool. Teleportation is high-key awesome. Thank you. Full website redesign. You asked for it. I did. Oh, you mean you redesigned your site? Is that what you're talking about? I guess now would be a good time to do it. I just realized there's all parts, like very hard to tell, but there's parts of the shirt that tint towards green a little bit. And they're kind of, you know what? There we go. Oh, this is green too. Oh no. the Pokeball logo is green. Oh no, green screens are complicated. Okay, I didn't think about it. You can't really tell though. You can't really tell. So I didn't tell you anything. You didn't hear nothing. Well, Beaver, I'm honestly happy to hear that. I've actually been working pretty hard myself. I've been going on multiple like kilometer-long walks with Ari. I think I'm down about 20 pounds now from a few months ago. And trying to eat a little better, intake less sugar, things like that, and exercise more. So, yeah. I wish you the best on that journey. It's not an easy journey. It's one of those things because really, honestly, fitness in general is really like climbing a mountain. It can take you forever to get up that mountain, and no time at all to fall right back down it. I've gotten in shape and fallen out of shape more times than I'd like to admit in my life, I will say. Bray used it twice. Bro, 2 months long rest. You know, I never really did that well with spellcasters. I was always some kind of melee. Closest I got was a paladin, but that was an awesome paladin character. Good lord. Man, that was like the best campaign I ever played. And my friend and I, who was the DM for it, still talk about that one to this day. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. It's not something I talk about a lot because I don't know. I'm really trying to just do instead of saying when it comes to getting in better shape. There's a lot of stuff that I will talk about I'm going to do, and then the chronic fatigue syndrome kind of stuff steps in and says, not so fast, buddy. Let's not be hasty. But this, I'm just trying to just do it and not make it a goal, but instead make it a lifestyle change. That's always been my problem. I never made full-on lifestyle changes to not like just get back in better shape, but just be in better shape in general. Just like stay there. And I've had to shift my mindset as much as possible to do it. But yeah, I mean, I'm getting a lot less joint pain. I can fight chronic fatigue syndrome better because there is less of me to move around. It's not going to help much with my chronic fatigue syndrome because that is not. It's not caused by being overweight. It can lead to it for sure, but it's not caused by it. But it helps cope with it much better. Anyways, thank you, WX. I appreciate it. In the last few weeks, have been so productive. I mean, you see this, like this whole thing, like my stream setup looks super different now, even though the idea is to make it look very similar to how it was. I didn't like how my gigantic key light over here, which WX, I sent you that picture of the PC, right? And you saw that huge light up there. That's just right over here. It's a 2 foot by 2 foot key light over here. Well, that does, even though the light is controlled with the softbox, it still spills some light on the wall. And I didn't like how this half of the room was brighter than that half of the room when I want it to be an even background separation. So I just manufactured that by doing this. And then I can do fun effects like this. And I'm going to make more of these. And I want to do some of these where it's like a channel point redemptions or something, but it cannot affect when I am in this mode here, because in this mode, I'm like recording videos. So I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'd like to do things like that, you know? Anyways, but I'm just like, we're really ramping up to where I'm going to be producing the green screen elements of the Pokemon videos, the shorts, the long form ones, like where I'm going to be sort of stepping in and talking about stuff and starting off the voiceover work for like the card show visits and things like that. I needed to do it anyway. And I was like, let me just apply this to the stream. So I've been a lot more productive since I got in better shape. And I am just now kind of realizing that. I didn't really realize that before. So that's pretty funny. This is through streaming software. Yeah. So it's just in the software. I am using OBS, but I'm also using something called Meld, which I used temporarily like a year and a half ago, and I have not stopped using. It was when I had to switch my streaming PC because my other one was failing. And I was like, I can't, like my other PC, I can't move over all of my built up stuff in OBS. I got to start from scratch. I Harris Heller just made a video about Meld. Let me try it. And I was like, okay, it's missing some elements that I really like from OBS, but it is very fast to set up. Well, I'm pretty entrenched in it now. So if I want to get back to just pure OBS, which my buddy Finite Singularity would probably really like for me to do so we can get back on to collaborating on stuff. If I want to do that, it's going to be a lot of work to do it. But it just makes transitions like this one, where I do that into this. It makes it super easy. I don't have to mess with plugins or anything. It's like really easy. There are just some critical features to it that I think it really needs, that it's missing. I think to this day, it still does not have AV1 encoding, which that sucks, because if you're on low bandwidth for your upstream, you kind of can really use that. So what I do is, because another thing Meld is missing is, unless they fix this, having separate bit rates for like Twitch and YouTube. I need to stream to Twitch and YouTube in 4K. The one thing Twitch says in their TOS is like, if you're streaming in 4K somewhere else, you got to do it here too, buddy, if you're a partner. And I am, so I have to. But Twitch, if you try to stream the 35,000K that I'm streaming up to YouTube for 4K 30, it just puts you in 720 for some reason. It freaks out. It's like, no. We don't want to do 4K at 35K. 4K resolution at 35K. We want to do 720p at 35K. But if you go down to like 7K kilobits per second, you get your 4K resolution. I'm like, what? Twitch. Come on. So I had to have a separate, basically, I use the Meld virtual webcam into OBS, and OBS is what streams to Twitch. And that fixed that problem. It's real fun. Maybe you haven't messed with Meld. We're almost exclusively TTLS because of our use of their shop system. Ah, okay. Hoping to make a second stream for all the other apps soon. What is your camera? Okay, well, you know how I spent many, many years as a tech YouTuber, and we have these unrealistic expectations for ourselves for like the most incredible B-roll ever, and we have to make these montages and stuff? You don't want my webcam. You don't want to get my webcam. It's a Sony FX3. It's a cinema camera. You don't need that. That's not even including the lens. Okay. What you need is this. Get one of these. These are incredible webcams because they're also incredible for content creation. But then you just plug it into your computer, USB-C, and here's the fun thing. Check this out. The way I had this, let me go to my regular, I have to turn this on though. Hold on, I gotta plug this thing in and turn it on. 1 second. I haven't been using it since I went green screen. Excuse me. So the way I had this was, so you see this webcam here, watch this. Because it has this really incredible tracking to it and very good quality. I mean, look at this, right? By the way, you can see how evenly lit I have my green screen. That's what's required. You got to have it that evenly lit if you want to have really good chroma key. But anyways, here I can actually, well, I won't chroma key it, but anyways, I have it in vertical mode right now because then you get a whole lot of yourself in the shot while, say you're doing top down. Like I would use this for when I was doing PC builds or PC or pre-built unboxings and shakedown streams, because then there's still a lot of the streamer on the screen, but it doesn't take up a lot of horizontal real estate, right? And as you're moving around doing stuff, it is tracking you, keeping you in the shot. Now, this one is a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Well, here's a fun fact. So is this, but it also isn't. This is an extra, hold on, what is it called? I need to get the actual name for you. But basically, what everyone has kind of accepted is that this brand Extra, as an XTRA on Amazon, is DJI. And it was them sort of like getting around like FTC stuff. This is called the Extra Muse. And it's basically a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And I'm not kidding. The firmware says DJI in it in different places, okay? The DJI Mic 2 and Mic Mini connect wirelessly to it. It has the receiver for it built in. There's no arguing. This is a DJI camera. And this, currently on Amazon, because they just came out with a new one, but I don't know when the Pro, the Muse 2 Pro is going to be available. It might already be available. This one right now on Amazon, well, it was down to like $360. Right now it's $419. But these used to cost like $600. But they'll regularly like go on sale for like $350 or something like that. And if you see that, this is an incredible camera, not just for a webcam for streaming, but then you just take it with you somewhere. You get a little, it comes with like a protected case for, or you can get a protective case for it. There is a ton of aftermarket support for these cameras because the Osmo Pocket 3 has been around forever. You can just get yourself a little clamshell like this to protect the gimbal. You put it in your pocket and you go. And the audio is amazing. The footage is amazing. You can put a 512 gig micro SD in here and record for like 16 hours or something in 4K. It's incredible. So that's what I would recommend for anyone wanting to get an upgraded camera. There's even all these magnetic lenses, lens kind of additional things you can put on them that are just fantastic. So. Yo, Break, can you schedule your next game? Fudge versus Cheese is tomorrow. The Sony FX4. I'm using an FX3. It's not the FX5 or 6, but yeah. I know the FX3. Our buddy shoots with it for us. Our main streaming cams are the Osbots, though. So you have kind of a similar thing then. Yeah, your bitrate and quality tuning is unreal, though. It looks like I'm in the room with you. That is lighting. It is all lighting. Okay? Let me tell you the importance of lighting, okay? You want to know how to get green screen that looks like this? Other than the fact that the dimness here is affecting something here, ignore that, okay? That is called a rim light. It is a light that is way behind me on the ceiling, pointing at this angle here, and I have it set to a room tone. Like in the room I have it like a lot of purple light. So here we are. I'm in the room now, right? This is what I would look like if I didn't have a green screen up. It just looks the same. So lighting. Here's the order of operations if you want a quality stream, okay? Number one is audio. Always number one is audio. It doesn't matter if you have a potato webcam, like a laptop webcam, okay? If you have good audio, and you know that's way better than amazing visuals with a terrible microphone. Audio is number one. Second is lighting. The last priority is camera. Because the right lighting can make a potato camera look really, really good. Now, this combination you're seeing is a very good camera with very good lighting. I have my key light over here to give this very soft, even lighting to me here is a 2 foot by 2 foot key light, 2 feet wide by 2 feet tall. It's a very big light box, okay? And I'm very close to it too. Like I'm not far away from it. If I were farther away from it, you would want it to be a little bigger even. So. Oh, I can schedule my next game. Fudge versus Cheeges tomorrow. Got it. I get it. Not, you weren't asking, can you schedule your next game? You're saying I can schedule it. Got it. Oh yeah, I know. Okay. Now my bit rate though. Here's the funny thing about the bit rate. First off, you're seeing the stream in 4K, but it is actually quite compressed. Because even with partner status, you don't get a lot of bitrate to work with. In fact, the bitrate cap is still the same. But now I'm trying to do 4K with it. So I don't know how it looks on y'all's end. I hope it's still good. But yeah, lighting is the reason that generally if my stuff looks good, it's the camera helps obviously, but lighting is number one. When my lighting is wrong or off in some way, like it makes a difference. It makes a difference. Like this is my key light off, which is so when it comes to lighting a single subject, by the way, this is why Newer, the brand Newer, had me at their booth at NAB last year, is because I love talking about this stuff. Lighting a single subject, the classic way to do it, the professional way to do it is 3-point lighting, okay? You have a key light off at an angle to the side here, okay? Then you have a fill light or a kicker to the side here. So when I say angle, I mean like at let's say like a 35-degree angle from you, but mine's a little farther due to necessity. Then you have a kicker here so that this is not just complete shadow. And then you have a rim light to get background separation. Okay, it highlights the outline of the person, or it is also sometimes referred to as a hair light. Okay, I know. Okay, I don't want to hear it. It's a rim light for me and for many others. So those three lighting aspects are critically important if you want to get that sort of background separation. The problem is a lot of times you can't do it, especially if you're doing something like a PC build stream. Your subject, you, is not sitting still. You're moving around. You would need an awfully far spaced away and larger rim light in order to get that effect. So you just don't worry about it. You just don't worry about it at all. But if you're going to be sitting at a desk like I am, you can absolutely set up 3-point lighting on a budget. You really can do it. That sounds like a video, right? But I'm not the set up your stream guy, you know? It's just something that I've done on a budget before. I have old videos of just like lighting on a budget, like from way back. From back when I wanted to do stuff like that, before I knew, oh, I need to talk about pre-builds because nobody else does. Oh, you have the gimbal for your phone. Yeah, gimbals are awesome. Nice because it doesn't take any room. Must be fire for events. Well, let me catch up with chat and then I'm going to address that one. I don't know, man. I consider my feet to be kind of big, and I wouldn't say 2 feet for lighting is that big of a deal. Natty, it took 2 hours and 17 minutes into the stream for you to mention your feet. Things are getting better. I'm proud of you. You waited that long. That's well done. Thank you. You waited as long as you could, I'm sure. You held off for as long as you could. Yeah, I agree. Our stream audio is awesome. Main issue with our lighting is the amount of space we have in our streaming space while having to also be able to see to build PCs. When we move into the new studio, I'll move it around. Just here to appreciate your hard work, though. Thank you. Our TikTok is live if you want to see our triple cam setup. Listen, I don't have the TikTok app. I will once we're regularly posting shorts there for the Pokemon channel. I literally just couldn't open it right now. I don't have the app on my phone. I'm sorry. But that, yeah, I will check it out though, once I can. That is not a thing I usually do. Don't try to make that a thing. That is not a thing. I swear I do not mention my feet. You just did. I'm not making it up. You can see it on browser. Okay. Whisper me a link on here. Just here you go. Here, just click whisper me a link so I can see that. I mean, Natty, I mean, like, we were all here. You just did that. So don't make it awkward. It's okay. It's fine. We all have our quirks. Like me, I teleport sometimes. Sorry. Traffic. Took me a while to get back. Well, it takes a while to come up, doesn't it? Loading, loading, loading. Well, if y'all do have TikTok, drop a follow for Critical Error Computing. That's more computer content for you. For those of you who are like, I miss the computer content, here it is. It's not the same because it is a company, but I mean, it's just like when Alexander PCs goes live or Skytech goes live, or what? Do they still do that? I don't know if they still do that. But yeah, I'm sure they do. But let me show you the light that I use while that's loading. So this is the light that I use. It has a diffuser sheet that goes in there with Velcro and also a grid that helps keep light spill from happening, though it's just such a big light, it's still going to happen. But you can see the depth of this is really not much. And this is very helpful for getting a very big light without having a giant parabolic softbox. You know those parabolic softboxes that are just massive and take up so much depth? This does not. Plus, this folds up into a case, a carrying case. See this right here, this seam right here, that folds. And this also just comes apart with Velcro and folds down. So it does pack somewhat. It's not light once you have the power supply in mind, but like included. But yeah, it's what's the depth? It's like it's 3 inches of depth instead of like 3 feet of depth for a professional parabolic softbox, but you get the same effect. So it's very nice. TikTok's platform needs work. Mostly just answer questions all day and hang while building and selling. That's cool. Why is it not loading? I don't want to log in. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Hold on. This live may not be comfortable for some audiences. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing over there? Where it's like adults only for PC builds. Hold on. It's going to send me a code. I had it on my phone for a while, so my phone number should be in there to where I can do the code thing. Okay. There you go. What's up? Are y'all going to say hi? No. Wow, y'all are getting to 60K. Good Lord. I like the 3-cam setup, though. Pretty dope. And the fan wall is also very cool. Let me show you something here. Check this out. So this, my top-down camera. So I have a zoom lens, right? That I can, without touching the camera, I can zoom in and out, right? And also, I can adjust. I have manual. Now, you probably would want to go with autofocus, but because I'm like ripping Pokemon packs and stuff, I want to be able to manually focus it and not lose that focus. So I also have a wheel for that. That's a remote thing here. I can't remove it from my desk right now because I kind of messed up the clamp that's there and I don't want to undo it. But yeah, they're just like follow focuses and stuff that I set up for that. Pretty cool stuff. But yeah, looks good. Yeah, it's fair. We have to move it around constantly. So top-down cam is on a tripod and a gooseneck. Yeah, I've been there. I've done that before. Mine is, I have to base everything around where I did it because I have it ceiling mounted. So I mentioned that I've worked with Newer before, and I apparently gave them an idea that they've been working on for a while. I don't know if they'll ever come out with it, but it's just because there are these professional rail systems for lighting that also would work for top-down camera, that they're working on a cheap version of that that's accessible to like more people. And they're like, once we have it, we're going to send it to you because it was your idea, but like, it's going to be a while because they have to, it's extruded aluminum, but they have to get everything just right. It has to be our own stuff. And I'm like, okay, all right, fine. But yeah, I want basically that, a rail system where I can kind of move it around essentially. But it's a beefy setup up there. Good Lord. I have an H6 flow. Will this fit with the... You see our rail cam in the background of the top left cam? Yeah. Yes. H6 flow? Yeah. As long as it's not the... I see it. As long as it's not the MIDI. I do see it. Mine is a piece of wood, a piece of hardwood, where I put quarter 20 inserts into it and then attach that piece of hardwood to the ceiling studs. They're just having driver issues right now. And then I have many things attached to that that have to work around my ceiling fan. It's very professional. But I mean, look, what matters is the final product. Oh, y'all have that Thermalright thing with the giant screen. That's sick. Very, very cool. Okay. Oh, here you go. Now I'm following you guys. We are wired. But all right. Well, thank you for showing that to me. Appreciate it. But yeah, lights like this for constrained spaces are really nice. You can get a really big light without having much depth. So like if you're at a desk setup and you need a big parabolic softbox type of effect, you can have it just like mounted off of your desk off to the side here, and it's not going to be bumping against a wall or something. These are great for tighter spaces, and they have these in like 2 foot by 1 foot, so like a little bit longer instead of fully squared. And they also have a 1 foot by 1 foot. Newer has one like that, where it's like a 1.5 foot by 1.5 foot, something like that. But lights like this, these sort of flexible LED panels, they're super good for things like this. For those kinds of setups. Oh, that's slick. I bought dual smooth slider rails and screwed into a 2x4 into the ceiling. Yeah, we do what we got to do. We do what we have to do. Like if I need to adjust this, I have like 20 different spots I can move it into, like side to side if I need to. But like as far as coming this way, I can't do it because there's a ceiling fan there. I've actually wanted to do like a ceiling fan delete there and just put like outlets up there instead. I just haven't gotten around to it. Yeah. But okay, now what time is it right now? Because I made a promise about doing... okay, so I have already opened some Pokemon packs. I've done that already. I could do more because I have more. But I was also talking about playing some TCG Live. We have already helped someone out with a PC earlier, and that was cool. So let's change it up here, and let's get into some TCG Live. Unless... Let me see if anyone's filled out the form. 1 second. Oh, I didn't mark this as green. There we go. But yeah, I appreciate you showing that to me. Yeah, I hope. Yeah, I'll. Once I'm posting more on TikTok, hope you know the post that you're going to see there though. It's probably not going to be in your algorithm because it's going to be Pokemon stuff. It's just like, I've talked about. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this to you before. Just had to pivot, not completely stopping on the tech content, but you know how it is. Yeah, we'll do. We'll do. Let me get this going though, because I was supposed to if I wasn't helping with these, I was supposed to be doing this. But hey, it's my stream. I do what I want. Let me change my stream category here. Oh, okay. I got to download an update. Of course I do. It might be for Pitch Black, actually. So I might actually be able to use some of these code cards. That'd be cool. Well, we're updating. And it is for Pitch Black. Let's go. That's exciting. I appreciate you, CEC. I hope everything's going well. It looks like it is. I'm glad to see y'all busy. Like, that is actually a relief to see. And y'all keep up the good work. I don't know why this... I don't know what... This doesn't like something. I guess it's because it's white, it's getting some green reflection from somewhere. Show me a perfect green screen. You can't. I wonder if I can use my top-down camera to scan codes. Wait, where's the new stuff? Oh, look, my camera is showing up. Let's see if this works. This code will be active in 1 day. Cool. Where's my chroma key, though? That's funny. That is funny. Look at me. Hold on. You can't see this. But look, I'm on the website, guys. Look, I'm in the game. I'm in the game. All right, WX, you got it. I didn't see any pitch black when I played earlier. I think it comes out tomorrow when the battle pass resets. Right. So they just, the update was to prepare for it, but that is funny. Come on, focus, buddy. Oh, it's because it's already in there, but yeah. So it'll scan it. Dude, I can scan on my PC. That's great. Green. I know. I know. Ah, yeah. I know. Okay. Let's do it. I have... Look, here's the thing. All right? Like... I know I've been playing a lot of Beedrill EX. The problem is, because of Bastiodon, I feel like there's going to be a lot of Bastiodon in sets moving forward. It's just going to be one of those Pokemon where that, like, that will stonewall you. No pun intended, I guess. But because in the current meta, as we were talking about earlier, a lot of attacking Pokemon just use 1 or 2 energies. So let me enjoy this while I can. There is a current Mega Evolution build in battle still, but like, I'm just... I don't like the decks from it that much. They're not that great. I've done 2 of them and I didn't like either one that much. Didn't I do... Okay, so I did try the Absol Believa EX deck and it just wasn't... It did not quite hit. I need to basically look up a pre-configured deck that uses Absol like that. Let's just play a little bit. Let's just play a couple of games. Yeah, you got it, CEC. You got it, 100%. You just got to pull the grass deck. Pull the grass deck? Oh, there's an ad now. Oops. No. I guess Shaman's no, I guess Meowth is better because it has more HP. No, Shaman. So I can actually use Meowth? Duh. Idiot. It's just mistakes like that that I keep making that make me angry at myself. That's a good one to get. Okay. Wait, what am I playing against? Okay. Let's just get one of each. Oh, actually, no. Let's get a Smoliv. Let's get a Weedle and a Dunsparce on the board. The reason I grabbed a Dunsparce is because I have Bud Catching Set and it cannot grab a Dunsparce. So there's my Celebi. All right. I don't have any energy, but that's fine, I guess. I should roll Lily's Determination here probably, but I can't actually. I can only get a supporter. It's turn 1. Let's just end it. What am I doing? This is how I do this. This is how it works for me. My first game in, I'm always like, what's happening? Where am I? Oh, for the build and battle? Is it the best one? I can just forfeit and start over, yeah. Every time I see it, Colress's Tenacity, which is a good card, I always like, I kind of wish I had Kyurem in my deck and they could use it. Oh, sweet. So the move here, I think, would be to Lily's right now. And try to get energy, or use Meowth to try and get energy. Let's do Lily's. It's the beginning of the game. I mean, I get 8 cards. There's an energy. It's something. And I got my Meowth right back. That's cool, I guess. Of course, I have Dolliv and no Smoliv. Okay, we're gonna take a little risk here. Oh, big risk. Oh no, they have Mega Starmie. Oh, that's a big risk. Well, it is what it is. Please don't kill my Celebi. And now I have a small live. Nice. All right, we'll save this. Because I don't want to put Meowth on the bench unless I have to. I need room on my bench for Beedrills. Now, can I get... I have an energy here to use a Celebi on the next turn. And then we traverse time, and we get a bunch of Pokemon. If they don't kill my Celebi, which they might. Oh, Lord. It's happening. Yeah, this deck, their deck just, it develops too fast. We pretty much lost. Although, yeah, I have Shaman. That's great and all, but I need Celebi. I need Celebi. Like, none of my Pokemon are going to be able to evolve fast enough to survive here. I mean, I can do Dawn, and I can have one that's just going to take a bunch of damage. But I don't have my chance to run Celebi's traverse time a few times, get multiple Beedrills going, and then just lay waste. This deck is too fast. And I know that because I've played Mega Starmie, and it's just really good. I haven't played the Mega Greninja deck in a while. I should pull that out. It's fun. I just want to annoy them now. Let's see how far I can get towards doing that. So if I get a... I already have Dolive. I could get another Celebi, but it would just get one round. We definitely need an Arboliva. I can get another Weedle and a Kakuna. Actually, let's do this. I'm going to annoy them now by... Should I should I get their Badoo or should I get their Dunsparces? Let's get their Dunsparces. Yeah, now you have to wait another turn to get a bunch of cards. I'm going to lose. I mean, I'm not... It's not a bad position to be in, honestly. They don't have anything to protect their bench. And Arboliva can take a few hits. Not really. I have a lot of cards in my hand and they have Mega Frostlass. That's actually a huge problem, by the way. That's a one-shot for Arboliva. That is 50 damage for every card I have in my hand, which is 8 cards in my hand. It is 400 damage, in case you didn't want to do the math. Mr. Vasantra, welcome. What's up? Rabska. Prevent all damage and effects and attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to your bench Pokemon. Of course, they have another Pokemon that does that. Nope. My poor Celebi. This is bad. I have too many cards in my hand. Just gonna be more cards in my hand. Yes. Yep. Indeed. Indubitably. Can I not get a Beedrill though? Like, what's up? What's up with that? Yeah, this is death. I'm staring at my own death right here, and I can't do anything about it. Also, I didn't pull a boss's orders. So all I can do is attack the Mega Starmie here. Just because of Rabska. Prevent all damage from and effects of attacks. Wait, those are, yeah, that's an attack. Never mind, it's an attack. So I should have tried one damage counter just in case. Because the wording has to be super specific, and sometimes it's not exactly. Like, for Shaman, it blocks Mega Starmie's 50 damage to a bench Pokemon. But it doesn't block Mortal Shuriken from Mega Greninja. I don't get it. Or I just could be wrong. I probably am. It's all good. Oh, there's the boss's orders. They're getting Shaman. And they're retreating and bringing up Frostlass. This is when all this is a major problem. $400 damage. There you go. Yeah, this was an unfortunate matchup. It's just Mega Starmie and Mega Frostlass are just they can evolve really quick and do too much damage. Because my goal is to have a lot of cards in my hand and evolve a lot of Pokemon to get Beedrill EX happening, right? It just be like that sometimes. Just one, huh? Can I do 2 Beedrills? I could. Maybe if I have the cards available to me. They haven't messed with my Forest of Vitality. I need another Kakuna. So check it out. I got this. I got this. I don't want another card in my hand. Thank you. I actually don't want to draw these cards. And it's 3 to retreat. So, like, oops. All right. Cool. I can't do anything about this. However, if I could have just gotten one more Beedrill, I would be set. Because I could have done 330 damage. At this point, I cannot do that. That's all I want. I don't want anything else. I'm just trying to minimize my hand as much as possible. There's still a chance. If you come up against Mega Frostlass, having Judge could actually be clutch. You essentially limit their attack to 200 damage, which, if you know, that's still a lot, but you also cut down their hand to 4 cards as well. It's just sometimes you have cards in your hand you just can't get rid of. Unless they replace my Force of Vitality, which I guess they would have Surfing Beach for that. I can't get rid of a Stadium card. Uh-oh. Okay. I see what they're doing. Hey, hello. I bet you didn't want me to get that one, huh? Now, I could Lily's Determination here, but that would put me up to 6 cards in my hand. Instead, I'm going to go down to 4 cards in my hand and also put them down to 3. And I'm their new favorite person. Okay. Yeah, I can't really do anything else. So we just get 3 prize cards here, but there's a chance. If out of those 3 cards, they have a boss's orders or a Lily's Determination to get a boss's orders, we do lose. If not, we maybe win? I don't know. But I will say, I feel like we've done better than I thought we would. And yeah, I'm saying we. We're prize cards. Of course. That's it. We lose. Bye-bye. That's 350 damage. Okay. I forgot about prize cards. Yeah. The thing is, I couldn't really do anything about the cards in my hand. So, oopsie. By the way, you might see that somehow I got the mission accomplished thing or whatever for have a deck or have a water type Pokemon in your deck. And you might have noticed this when I was looking through with Pokepad. I have a Psyduck in my deck. Why? Well, this is just for those people out there playing Dusk Noir. If you've ever been trying to play someone and you see like, okay, I evolved Dusclops. Okay. Oh, that could do 50 damage. Oh, Dusk Noir can do 130 damage by exploding. Okay. It's really, really bad. This stops that. Psyduck just exists to be on your bench, chill out, just like you see right here. And it's Pokemon in play, yours and your opponents lose any ability that requires the Pokemon using it to knock out itself or knock itself out. And that's what that ability does for Dusk Noir. It has to knock itself out to knock out your Pokemon. Or to do 130 damage. Or it puts 13 damage counters on any of your Pokemon. And because it's an ability, Shaman, in its infinite legendary wisdom, can't block it. because Shaman blocks attacks or damage from attacks. So I have one Psyduck in my deck that could very easily be prized out, but there might be a chance that I just so happen to pull it when I need it. The chances are slim, but if it's not in my deck at all, the chances are nothing. Sponsored. This is a sponsored player. Also, I have had a lot of people timing out. I don't know what it is. Not a lot of people, but I've had multiple people timing out. And it could be because of the game updates, things like that. I don't know. No. I used to want to go first with this deck, but if I can get Celebi, it's better to go first. Go second. Only if I can get Celebi, though, and I didn't. Oh, I don't know. Smoliv, I guess, has more HP than Weedle. Because if I can't get Celebi, it is better to go first. Because I can evolve first. Oh, good. Teal Mask Ogerpon. I haven't seen you in like a few hours. Wow. Nope, no Celebi, but we're getting a lot of cards. It's just, and I have a Force of Vitality, but I can't evolve yet. I guess I could use Dawn to get Celebi, but I don't have any energy. We'll just end here. I said Mr. Visantara earlier. It's Mr. Vesantara, if I'm not mistaken. My bad for that. That's a lot of Ogerpons. Wow. Wow. Teal Dance is kind of broken. The whole one of the main premises of like playing the game is you can only attach one energy per turn to your Pokemon. This is just like, hey, you can attach another one. And also, if you do it, draw another card, by the way, because you're special. I don't have my Smoliv anymore. I don't have any energy. What I do have, though, I had 3 Beedrill EXs. That's it. Now, what trainer card do I want here? I could go with Petrol to try and get something to get me energy. That's probably the right move, honestly. Or just straight up Lily's Determination, but I have cards I want to evolve here. So a bug catching net could get me an energy and a Smoliv, perhaps, maybe, but that's a big old risk. I really need energy. Like, I need to have it so I can do Traverse Time. I only have 1 shot to do it. Oh, wait, hold on. What do I have in here so far? I don't have any energy in here. Okay. I can straight up just grab an energy search, but using Petrol for energy search is kind of lame. Screw it. We're taking the risk. We're going with a bug catching set. We're taking a risk here. Give me an energy. Come on. And a Smoliv. I got an energy and a Weedle. That's fine. That's fine. But I got the energy. Okay. So now that means I have a Weedle here, so I can get myself another Kakuna and have another Beedrill. So Smoliv, Kakuna. I don't need another Force of Vitality. And another Weedle? Okay. I might need a Shaman, actually. So, Shaman, Smoliv, and Kakuna. I thought Ogerpon was supposed to be one of a kind. Why are there 3 of them? Oh, there's more than 3. There are so many Ogerpon. There's so many of that singular legendary somehow. But yes, we are looking at 3 of them right now. By the way, that's like 6 energies now because of Meganium. I don't know how we're going to survive this one. We almost won the last game. I forgot to put Shaman out, by the way. Oh, no, I just got Shaman, so I didn't forget anything. You know, all that stuff I just did to get all those Pokemon with Celebi, who I'm about to lose, by the way, they just made me lose all of that. Yeah, there's no way I'm winning this. Yep, I'm finally under 1300. I mean, look, it's my first time in Master League. It is what it is. I'm not very good at the game yet. I'm playing a deck with a pretty simple strategy, whereas people who've been playing this for a long time are locked in and very knowledgeable about much more complex strategies with a lot of win conditions. I have 2 win conditions. Melt a bench with Arboliva or have a bunch of bees. So let's switch it up. I haven't played Decidueye in a while, but that's also a pretty narrow win condition too. I don't really have that many options here. I was trying to mess with Zoroark, and it's a pretty cool deck, but it's also fairly straightforward. Zoroark uses these moves on you. These moves. These couple of moves, plus Kyurem. Wait, where's my... I guess I didn't have Curum in here. Other people added it, but it's like... This is another deck that... This is the other deck that I actually got really accustomed to playing. I just need a change from Beedrill right now. Let's just do a little Greninja and Mega Starmie action here, just to change it up a little bit. So when I like my peak in Master League was like 1560 something, and then I just started declining and then coming back up and declining. So what are you gonna do, you know? We get one bonus card. This isn't great. This is not a great draw. Oh, good. A surfing beach. Definitely, that's what I wanted. And definitely... Oh, hey, sweet. It's a fire deck. That's at least a little bit of a bonus. I have a rare candy, but I can't evolve or anything. I can't put another Pokemon out. If they're able to do 70 damage, the game is over. If they figure out a way to do that in this next turn. Or in their part of turn 1. Because they can attack, but they can't evolve or anything. So I don't think there's anything that can happen here. I couldn't even use my ability, my attack collect to draw a card. You can't do an attack move if you go first. So Vesantara, do you play TCG live? If you are still here, which I don't think you are actually, never mind. By the way, shout out to my lurkers. Appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you. Oh, Staryu, you finally decided to show up. Now this is good. Summoning Jutsu is an awesome move. Let's pick 3 Pokemon. You, and Meowth or Mega Starmie. Decisions. Mega Starmie is really powerful against I mean any water Pokemon is going to be powerful here, but Jetting Blow for 1 energy instead of doing 120 damage to their active fire Pokemon does 240 plus then 50 to the bench, which is not like an element attack, it's just 50 damage. Yeah. So it doesn't double up on a fire Pokemon. This is the worst. I hate it. Now I got to pick between these. I really want Pheasantipity out there, but I don't need it. So I do need that 1 energy, though. Actually, I could have used Energy Retrieval to get the energy out, but that would have just been a waste of that card anyway, so whatever. I hope you're proud of yourself. I would be. I just use Summoning Jutsu, and then you use 06 Machinations. Like, that's just a great combo right there. I am going to murder you now, though. I know I probably should have just put that on. Nah, this is fine, actually. This is more than fine. That's pretty good. Okay, I'll take it. I feel like into this deck, I should work in Dunsparce and Dunsparce. I thought they were going to get boss's orders just to move Mega Greninja back up when I would obviously have no energy. How did they play 2 Team Rockets? Did they just play 2 Team Rockets Petrels? Am I crazy? No, no, they just played 1. Okay, that's why they have Fletchling. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to wait till we draw an energy. This is helpful, right? It is helpful, right? It's what I had it. It's something I could do, okay? What do you want? Like, they can't do anything to me other than that. Now, they can move these to the front, I guess. Like, what is the point? I just wanted to do something, okay? Yeah, see, that's why I like Xerosic Machinations and why I had one in my hand when they used Xerosic Machinations on me, by the way, is because it just completely derails your strategy. And, like, I was too attached to evolving those 2 Pokemon and having an energy. So I basically lost anything that could get me more cards, which I shouldn't have done. What did I have? Well, I didn't really have anything that got me more cards other than Pheasantipity. If they knocked out a Pokemon, that would have gotten me 3 cards, I guess. The thing is, they are currently still at a major disadvantage, to be clear. Regardless of whatever nonsense is happening here. But they could still do something. This is going to do 160 damage. It's pretty good. Oh, no. Oh, no. They're not just going to lose their Cerulege that they put 3 of their energies on and were able to do something with, but they're going to lose their stupid little Fletchling that made me switch out. Oh, man. Bye. Thumbs up. How do you get such perfect rotoscope? Distance from the green screen and really good lighting. You can't have it right behind you, or else you get green backsplash of green reflected light onto you, and then your chroma key is just struggling. And then you really just got to fiddle with the settings a lot. Also, certain other things help. Like if I go to my oh no, not the special red card. Now I can't completely murder you. Oh wait, yes I can. Anyway, so if we go here, I'm in this room, but there is a green screen behind me, right? But it looks like I'm in this room until, like this, look at this right here. See this? That is just a rim light that is in the same color purple that I usually have going throughout the room. That it's just a rim light like that. And then There's also taking, like what I did was I just vacated the space while I had the lighting the way I wanted it for the background. And I just took a picture of it from where the camera exactly is. And then I added a Gaussian blur to it for depth of field, like the depth of field I would normally have. So there's other things that you do to sort of make that work. And a lot of it is just built into your streaming software already. You just got to know the stuff and use it. Oh, look, we got energies. We got lilies. Look at this. What I want right now, actually, though, is I want my surfing beach, but I don't have it, and I can't get it, apparently. And we're going to go ahead and put this on you. That'll be for next turn if I'm going to use it. But really, I mean, we're just going to be melting through their Pokemon here. Now, if I can get Surfing Beach, I can bring out Mega Greninja to use Mortal Shuriken, then bring it back with the Air Balloon, and then to bring Mega Starmie back out to do Jetting Blow plus the 50 damage, and we'll be done. But I don't need that. Like they're struggling now. They really had me frustrated with Zero-6 Machinations early on because I'd built up everything that I wanted to put together here. But oh, we have an EX now. Okay. Okay. All right. Are they going to try to let me see. So if they get 200 here, they can knock out my Mega Greninja EX and get 3 whole prize cards. And then I take out their EX and then I win, I guess. Unless they have some other plan. But Algomenos Vulgar, welcome to the stream, though. Yeah, welcome in. I still like I mean, I've done green screen stuff before, but this is for this stream in this room, like doing it this way. I just recently set it up because I'm going to be doing other green screen footage. So I was like, I'll use it on stream. Why not? My desktop normally looks like I have just a secondary webcam that just has like whatever, you know, but I like this. I like this setup because I can be sort of still kind of present, big on the screen, but not block as much, like with my background. It works. I like it. Why isn't chat showing up, though? Hold on. It should be. Oh, well. What am I doing? What happened? What did you do? Okay. I don't really need to do anything here, but I just need to do this, I guess. It'd be 60. It wouldn't be enough. I really want boss's orders. I don't have it, though. So, whatever. It's another turn. Whatever. It almost doesn't matter what I do. This is what happens whenever you are against a deck that is weak to you, and that kind of you can't figure that, like you can't like remove that from your strategy somehow or get around it. Oh, what was I gonna say? Hold on. So here's another thing that I see in a lot of green screened face cams that bothers me. That I don't like that. What is it? Where is this coming from? Why is that just cut off into space? No. You do low profile mic arm. And then it doesn't matter. And then you're good to go. Oh, hold on. No. I almost wasted a turn here. We can't have that. Yay. They got me good with that, with 06 earlier. They did. But it's just too much of a disadvantage for them. I almost can't take credit for this one. They take double damage from my Pokemon, which were already pretty good. So, yo, we got a level 40. Yay, we got a level 40. Let's go. Yay, good job, me. You have to click 3 times to get 50 of these points. It should be a one-click thing. It's just... I don't know. That for some reason, that one little detail has always bothered me a little bit. I'm just like, okay, thanks. Okay, thanks. Okay, it happened to you too. The character models have some weird lighting thing going on. Yep, they do. They do. It's from the update. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. It's like as if I was sitting here like this. That's what it is. They look like this. With the light coming from behind instead of in front. It's weird. I was saying it earlier, though. Like, it's easy to look at someone else's stream and be like, oh, they must have a really good camera. If it looks really good, it's lighting. It's usually lighting. Camera, yes, it figures in. But lighting is always more important than whatever camera you're staring into. And even more than that, you got to make sure your audio is good. Always. That is number 1. And number 4, though, is making sure that you have a basic Pokemon in your hand, or you have to mulligan. That's the other thing about streaming, okay? I guess. Again with... wait, no, I don't have... What could I throw in here that's going to be a better option? Well, I mean, I would prefer to have Staryu here with a Salvatore, obviously. And going second is... I mean, then you win. Okay. That is also weak to water. Is this what happens when you fall under 1300? Because you suck? Because you're... Well, not because you suck. Because you're new to it. Remember, I am not going to be hard on myself that I'm bad at, like, that I'm not, like, just after getting into this game 3 weeks ago or whatever, and then working up to Master League, that I'm not just, like, at, like, 1700 or whatever. You have to be bad at something before you can ever be good at it. That doesn't mean I can't be a little frustrated now and then, though, when things are consistently tough, but what are you going to do? That's the way it goes. I mean, we're going to draw a card, I guess. That's a good one to draw. That's a good one to draw. I'll take it. I mean, I do need my Neo Upper Energy if I really want to activate Greninja, but... Okay. And now we use... I just like these names with effects when you say them. It just sounds so much... Summoning Jutsu. It's not actually that big of a deal, but we're doing it. I swear, if they have another Zero-Six... If they also have a Zero-Six Machinations, I'm going to be hopping mad. Maybe I saw you said Shinola was like, I should have kept my Zero-Six and used it on them. But I was like so attached to what I was doing and I needed that one energy. That was my problem. That would have been funny. That would have been very funny. But they also had only like 5 cards in their hand. So it wasn't as drastic as me having 9 and them using Zero-Six on me. Like they have 2 cards in their hand right now. I couldn't even use it if I wanted to. And why would I? That would add cards maybe. It doesn't, like, you know. It's like when you have to use Judge or you're trying to use what is it? What am I thinking of? Sorry, my turn started and I forgot about talking. I wonder, should I Boss's Orders their Charmeleon? I don't know why Pheasant Dippity's come out. I don't think I'm going to lose another Pokemon. I think I should. We'll get a Lily's Determination here, though. Or, no, because I can use Hilda to get Neo Upper Energy. But no, I want to have more cards in my hand. Which one? Fennekin, I guess. It was almost a Charizard. You were almost there. The fact that Mega Greninja EX can do 400 damage to Mega Charizard EX is awesome. It just, because that's a scary Pokemon. It's pretty scary. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Petrol, a little bit late. Although this is good. Oh, that puts it in back into the oh, it puts it in my hand. Okay, yes. So here. Bye-bye. And they had 1 card left in their hand. That is, they just drew poorly. And yes, we'll go ahead and do extra damage. Listen, I don't know if it's a character flaw for me. Why do they make you choose a prize card when you win? I don't know if it's a personal character flaw here. But if I am like playing Decidueye EX or Beedrill EX and I go up against a fire deck, I'm like, I'm just going to concede. It's going to go badly. It's not going to... Yeah, look, it's just a backlighting or side lighting here. So yeah, it's like if I had all my other lights off except for my rim light here. That's... Why did they do that? I don't know. Kind of weird, dude. Kind of weird. Well, we've won... Well, we almost won the one before that, but we're winning now. Whoa. My little thing went away there. Oh, there it is. Okay. I don't know why it's off to the side. Don't ask me. But I will say. Quadruple just dropped a Prime sub. Let's go, nerds. Quadruple, welcome to the swarm. Thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate that. What's up? Oh, see, now the chat's coming in, but it's in the wrong spot. I don't know why. Is it this browser is supposed to be showing? No, it's not. Okay. I'll move it up. Okay. I just want to make sure this is working. Can y'all say something in the chat just so I can make sure that's working? Yeah, I mean, it's going better with Mega Greninja, but the thing is, like, I had so many win streaks that I would do with Beedrill because people, like, I don't know, maybe it's because it's a bad deck or something, that, or like just an unserious deck or something that people aren't playing. People would make, certain players would just make mistakes and ignore things. Like, they wouldn't realize, they would look at, they would glance, I guess, at Beedrill, see 110 and be like, yeah, whatever. But I would have like 3 in play. And they would just like, yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. It is working. I appreciate that. Oh, hold on. Did they choose to go first? Did they choose to go first? I didn't see. Please tell me they chose to go first. Please. Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's go. Oh, man. See, how fast you can develop Mega Starmie doesn't bother me as much when it benefits me. Isn't that weird? Because I can evolve in turn 1 with this guy. It's pretty great. And also, I have an energy. Oh, one more thing. I can attack. They now have just a single Pokemon with 10 HP remaining. That is ridiculous. It is unfair. It is... That's got to be disheartening. They even went and... Okay. Oh, they're doing a reckless charge and they knocked themselves out. Oh, my God. Oh, that's so heartbreaking. Don't make me choose a prize card. I'm the villain. Oh, my God. You know what? Yeah, respect. Respect. I'm going to... You know what? I'm hitting this. That was that. Oh my God, that was crazy. I don't want to be the wrong, the one in the wrong here, but you know what? I'll carry that burden for the win. Look, I just dragged myself out of being below 1300. Okay. To be clear, you start at 1500. All right. I've lost a lot in my first run in Master League. Okay. It really brings to mind the whole, you either die a hero or you live long enough to make a third Batman movie that wasn't as good as the second. Or something. I forget exactly how the quote goes. Well, we don't have Salvatore this time. We do, however, have our Neo Upper Energy. I didn't notice that when I put Staryu in the spot here, but we, you know, it's not like we have Forest of Vitality or anything. This is not, you know, or a rare candy or anything. So like, it's fine. By the way, I want to say thank you again to Quadruple for the for not only supporting by lurking but dropping the Prime sub. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. And I hope that you are enjoying yourself as I bumble my way through TCG Live, which I have had an odd relationship with since I started playing a few weeks ago. But I now feel much more comfortable about potentially playing in person. Like I've been spending a long time like just trying to do deck building and figuring that out. I don't get out as much as I don't get out as much as I'd like, so I don't go to places to play, but I want to. So this is getting me familiarized with a lot of the rules. The only thing about it is this. I don't know what's happening right now, by the way. We're just chilling, it seems. The game, obviously, because it... Oh, okay. They were just... This is what I'm talking about. This has been happening, and I don't know why. Like, they put a card out. Are there bots just... Is it a bot? Did it just mess up? What's going on? Anyways, the game will stop you from doing things you can't do and highlight things that you can. So when you're in person, you just need to know what you can do and can't do. So, but at least it follows all the rules, unlike TCG Pocket. Go first. Go first. Do it. Do it. Do it. Go first. Yes. Thank you. Okay. I just kind of want to get another quick win. Am I wrong for that? I didn't get any basic Pokemon. Okay. Is this another fire deck? It looks like another fire deck. Oh, come on. Well, at least I have Air Balloon. That's cool. And they'd have some difficulty knocking out Pheasantipity EX. So that's fine, I guess. Oh, good. It's a Lily's Clefairy deck. Or Team Rocket deck with Lily's Clefairy? What the heck? Okay. They drew really well, apparently. Interesting. So my goal here, just in case of Lilius Clefairy, is to not have too many benched Pokemon. I'll just try to stick with 2 that I can, and then I can rotate these. If I could just get a Surfing Beach eventually, that'd be sweet. Okay, so they actually are going to take out my Pheasantipity. That's a little annoying. I'll save that. Yeah, I need to keep my bench Pokemon down to kind of diffuse their Lilius Clefairy EX. All right, let's do some damage. Wait, what is this supposed to do anyways? I don't use Terra Pokemon, so it's not much of a threat, but yeah, I'm going to hold off on that. Just chasing the prize card there. Max this can do is 280. So it won't knock out my Mega Starmie in one hit or anything. Unless they have something that can buff the damage. It's so funny watching a Team Rocket deck function. It's just card after card after card after card. But I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. I'll say it's not as bad as watching your opponent just draw until the heat death of the universe when it's Alakazam. I might let their Mimikyu survive one more round just to take out that Tarantula. So it doesn't become another Spidops. Yeah, 280. There it is. I mean, that hurts. Yeah, I got to stop this thing. I can't retreat though. I don't have enough energy to retreat. So I'm going to lose. I'm going to lose it. And I'm just going to have 1 Pokemon left. Oh no. Yeah, I'm going to lose it. Okay. So unless I boss's orders, but then they'll figure out a way to get it back up here. Let's see. Let's do this instead. No, let's just attack it. Whatever. I'll just lose it. Now Salvatore's here. So I buddy Poffin to get a Staryu, and then we have Mega Starmie EX again. Easy peasy. But I don't have the I can do energy retrieval then to get the energy back once they knock it out. There's just not I don't know. I don't have anything to accelerate energy in this deck. It just doesn't seem to do it. So, I mean, energy retrieval is cool and all. And energy search is fine, I guess, but there's no Pokemon that does it. Huh. Like, ideally, I would have a couple extra water energies so that I could use Mortal Shuriken every turn. Like, basically, the way that, like, the flow state of this deck is you have Surfing Beach and an air balloon as well. on one of these so that you can get Mega Greninja out, do Mortal Shuriken, and then bring it back, put Mega Starmie out there, and do Jetting Blow. Plus, so you have up to 110 damage you can do to a benched Pokemon, while also doing damage to their active. But you can also swap out to Mega Greninja doing the attack to the active if you want to do up to 200. Double Salvatore. Got it. Cool. Okay. We'll leave it on him. So Rocket Mirror is pretty funny here because they can move 50 damage to either of my Pokemon at any time. That's pretty funny. And that kind of, unless you can do all the damage, like that rotation I was talking about with Surfing Beach, you could take out the Wobbuffet because it's up to 110 damage, right? 60, then 50. But 30 damage for each of your Team Rocket Pokemon in play. So that's 150. Not bad for a single prize card Pokemon. Oh, okay. All right, all right. There goes my lilies. But I have what I need. And I can also special red card them, which is funny. Like, we both get 3. How about that? I actually should have done it to Spidops here to knock it out. What should I do? Yeah, it won't do 150 again. I'm good. Unless they have something that can do... Oh, there's lilies. Okay, cool. Unless they have something that can do 200 damage. Let's see. This does 20 more damage for each benched Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. Okay, so 20 more means it starts at 20. So 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 if they add another. So it's 140. It's not enough. That's 290 damage. Wait, that's game. That's game over. They just conceded. Without conceding. All right. GG's. All right, guys. It is time. I'm going to go ahead and stop it right here because it's midnight and I'm I was up again. I was at the card shop at 5:30 in the morning to get Pitch Black. So I didn't open as much of it as I wanted to. We got into other stuff, which is fine. But I'm very tired, so I'm gonna call it right here. We actually won some games. I went under 1300, and then suddenly what am I at now? 1354. We won a bunch of games in a row. That was cool. I need to remember that I really enjoy playing Mega Greninja EX, and I need to adapt it because it's not going to work if... I don't know that we're going to see Bastiodon a lot. Where are you, guy? Where are you at? I pulled that reverse one. Yeah. I don't know if we're going to see this guy a lot. Oh, it's reflecting some green, I guess, from somewhere. Or no, it's the grass. There's like grass there. Whatever. Green screens are funky like that. I don't know how much we're going to see this guy actually get played. But just a possibility because of the decks I like to play. Decidueye EX uses 1 energy. Greninja EX uses 2 energy or 1 energy. And Beedrill EX uses 1 energy to attack. None of them are going to be viable against a deck that has that Pokemon. It'll just shut me out. But then again, that's kind of the same situation if I go up against that one Sylveon that doesn't take damage from EXs or Mega EXs. And what was the other one that does that? There's another Pokemon that doesn't take damage from whatever. It's the same thing. It's got to find a workaround. But yeah, as y'all know, that's, well, everybody's leaving. So yeah, all right, I'll call it here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you on Thursday. And until then, take care. See you later, Sonala.
Let's go, nerds!